Please don't spoil the movie.
By adding your own soundtrack. Welcome back. Hi, I am Roderick Usher.
Who?
Roderick Usher.
Roderick Usher?
Yeah.
Roderick Usher.
You don't know. You don't know.
My name is Donald Duck.
That's terrible.
Because, I was like, fuck a duck.
Oh.
When you were like, pick a name, I was like, fuck a duck.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, I'll be freaking Donald Duck.
And that's what you chose. Okay. Choices.
Roderick who? Usher?
Roderick Usher. So I've been watching Fall of the House of Usher on Netflix, and it's so good. Well, it's over now. I finished it.
Is it scary?
It's a little jump scary. It's not as. He has another one. Maybe you've seen.
Who is he?
I guess the same creator. I don't know, the creator of the show.
Okay.
He has another one. I'm pretty sure it's the same thing. It's The Haunting of Hill House.
Oh.
That one I'm watching right now, and that one's a little creepy.
That one looks scary.
Yeah, that one. But this one is more like.
And I saw both of them recently, like the promos for both of them, and I was like, this looks like the same show.
Yes, it's like the same vibe, but this.
But that explains why
Yeah.
I felt that way.
The Haunting of Hill House is very much you get it, like the haunting. It's like ghosts and haunting. But Fall of the House of Usher is like I made the deal with the devil and he's come to collect type vibe.
That also sounds pretty scary.
But it's not like it's not. It's like it's more they die horribly than it's a little haunting. But I don't know. Fall. It's a little jump scary. But the Haunting of Hill House, I'm like.
You're watching that as well?
Yeah, I'm starting that right now.
Okay.
I'm not as interested as the Fall of the House of Usher. That shit was good. I was like, ooh, I'm about to watch that again.
Interesting. I think I'll pass.
Yeah, I figured.
I think I'll pass. Maybe the next one.
Maybe the next one. I don't know.
But what's going on? What else is up?
I just came back from Costa Rica. Ay, caramba.
Oh, how lovely. What brought you out there?
Like you don't know. I was on a bachelorette trip for my friend Sam, and it was such a great time.
How was y'all had quite the hassle getting over there?
Oh my God, yes. The weather in Dallas was terrible. Flights were delayed. People had to drive to different locations to catch flights.
How did that? Dang, they had to drive to
from Houston to Austin to get a flight. I think they must have went to Miami and then got to Costa Rica. They actually beat us there. They actually got there like 11.
What time were y'all supposed to get there?
We were supposed to all get there at 1:30.
Oh, wow.
Because we're all going to Dallas. But for whatever reason, I guess like the weather between Houston and Dallas was really bad, so they couldn't meet the connecting there. They had canceled it.
So they never got to Dallas?
No, they went to Austin to Miami instead. And then went to Miami to Costa Rica.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And then when the New Orleans people got to Costa Rica, the weather was
You said New Orleans, New Orleans. You said New Orleans people.
That's a very local. When New Orleans people.
New Orleans.
Was it bad or weird?
It was like people from the north trying to say New Orleans with a New Orleans accent. New Orleans.
It was very authentic. I don't know what you're talking about, clearly.
No.
When the New Orleans people got to Costa Rica, the weather over the airport was so bad, we were circling for an hour. I wanted to
in Costa Rica?
Yes.
Oh, that's so annoying.
After we did it for like 15 minutes, I was like, guys, I think we're going in circles. I'm pretty sure we're going in circles. And then the pilot got online. He was like, yeah, the weather's bad. We have enough fuel. We're just going to have to like keep going until it's time to land.
Stuff like that would give me the most
it was the worst
anxiety ever.
Oh,
I'd have
really?
been like, you have to get me off.
Oh,
of
nah.
this plane.
I was very much like, sir, we believe in you. Just land this thing.
He could I don't understand. I don't even get that. Like the weather's bad, so we're just gonna circle the air.
Yeah.
Where is it bad to where you can't land? Like I don't. If you can circle for an hour, why can't you land?
I know.
In 5 minutes.
So it very much was where we were was pretty, the sun. But I did notice I was like, where's the bad weather? Because I'm not seeing it because the sun was out. But like if you went more to the left as we were getting in, I was like, oh, it is cloudy and dark over here. So it must have been really extra cloudy.
So what would have happened if it never would have cleared up?
So that was fun. When we landed, one of the guys who was waiting for us at the airport, he was saying, yeah, they were thinking about bringing y'all to Nicaragua.
Oh.
No, Honduras. I think it was Honduras. To Honduras. And then we were going to spend the night in Honduras and then come in the morning. I was like, oh, wait. Thank God that did not happen.
Thank goodness. Oh my God.
We're supposed to get there at 1:30. Our flight got pushed back to 2:30, and we floated in the air for an extra hour. We didn't land till like 3:30. We landed. They lost Casey's bag.
Of course they did.
They knew where it was.
Where was it?
In Dallas. Somehow, I guess they forgot to put it on the. They must have forgot to put it on the flight or something, because she was saying like when she went to the baggage claim, the lady was like, "Are you Casey?" And she was like, "Yeah." She was distraught for a second. I was like, "Please don't start crying." It's just too much.
This sounds like a horrible kickoff.
It was terrible.
Trip. I hope the rest was enjoyable.
We had one last hiccup.
And what was that? Someone was murdered in your Airbnb?
No, not close. The villa, beautiful, gorgeous. Had a nice view, perfect amount of space. There's 3 rooms. Each room had a bathroom, 2 girls to a room. It was gorgeous, cute. Mm-hmm. But the last day we were there, we went to another town that was an hour or 2 away. We drove back an hour or 2. We get to the freaking gate because it's a gated community, and we don't speak Spanish that well. And our driver Johnny, who's a saint, who like drove us around the whole time and really helped us. He was talking to the security guard, and then he was trying to communicate to us what was going on. We were just like, what? Eventually, we understand that a big tree fell onto the road because our villa's at the top of this hill. A big tree fell. The gate doesn't have electricity at the moment. So it was like dark, and we were like, what's going on? A big tree fell. We can't get up. So we're trying to figure out blah, blah, blah. Then they realize, oh, yeah, I can go through the back gate. Okay. So we pull around to the back gate in the van. Security comes to unlock the freaking gate. Of course, they ain't got no key. It's like it's got a lock and chain around it. Okay. Of course, they ain't got no key. Probably threw the key away the moment they got it. They ain't got no freaking key. They were trying to like open it, I guess get the key, Johnny's like, okay, I'm gonna try to cut it open. Johnny takes his knife out of his car, and he tries to cut. We love Johnny. We're like, John, don't tell me, we're like, Johnny. But we were obviously tired, but he's like trying to cut it open. This took like an hour and a half of our precious time before like the energy people, like the people
their energy
people,
the Costa Rican energy
people, yes, they came with freaking lock cutters, which I don't understand why the freaking security didn't have that. Please invest in that. So they cut it open, and then we finally make it up to the hill. We luckily still had electricity, so I guess it affected the bottom half of so luckily we still had electricity, and that was our last big hiccup.
Girl, that was the last night.
That was the last night. And we got there like 9 p.m. We were, at this point, we've been in the car for 2 hours. We had pizza. We had champagne. We were going to like do our last. We were going to get in the pool. But we just had like, we're ready.
Like, and then this shit.
Yes. And I was just like, oh, this is so aggravating. But we had a great time. Johnny was amazing. Louise was amazing.
Whoever that is.
Johnny was our driver, and Louise he owned the company. Oh, okay. And they like went out. When we went out, they stayed with us, and we went to dinner. They stayed with us. Oh, okay. We did like a boat tour with him, or like catamaran, like a party boat thing. That was nice. We went zip lining.
So did Sam enjoy?
Yes, I think she did.
Her bachelorette. That's wonderful.
She had a private. She really planned this trip right.
Did she?
Yeah, she had like a driver for everything, We had a private chef come. Chef Daniels, beautiful man, handsome, young little Costa Rican man. Oh, we should have wine and dine us.
To the Americas with you.
Yeah, we should have. The food was delicious. The pool, everything was nice.
Aside from the weather.
Besides the weather. But we did go in rainy season.
Excuse me, everyone. Apparently, I'm 63 years old and need a hip replacement because for whatever reason, my hip is giving me the business, and I do not understand why. I moved my leg literally half an inch, and I feel like I need to go to the emergency room.
You gotta stop. It's gonna have to be your last year, girl.
What are you saying?
It's gonna be last year. You're gonna have to retire. You're gonna have to retire from flipping and falling.
Oh my goodness!
And whatever the hell you do in that organization. Oh, that's what I'm saying.
God. Continue. Are we done here?
Pretty, but it was gorgeous. Had a great time.
Okay, good. I'm glad y'all enjoyed yourselves.
Yeah, I needed that vacation.
Shout out to Sam and her future marriage.
Yes, I'm excited. Her wedding's in a month.
Oh.
It was so funny. Everyone
it is, huh? It's December.
It's so close.
Why does that feel like... You said December, and I'm like, that's 3 months away.
December 1st, too. So literally a month.
Okay.
Have you seen any movies, anything? Have you watched anything?
No. Matthew Perry died.
Oh my God. I didn't watch Friends. I wasn't. That's so sad, but yes.
But it's just... It's like... And it's so interesting.
You're like, it's like, in what?
It's so interesting that he died.
Yeah.
Because if you were to like look at the lineup of all of the Friends cast members and like, go down the list and be like, who's gonna die?
Who's gonna kick it first?
Yeah, prematurely, way too soon. It would have been Matthew Perry.
Okay.
Like that's the one you would pick out.
Okay.
But you would say it because he would have died for a drug overdose, but he didn't. Because he had a drug addiction.
Yeah.
When he was on Friends.
Right.
So.
Did he not?
Was it drowned.
Was the drugs not involved though? I'm assuming.
I have no idea.
See, in my head.
We haven't gotten the autopsy yet. We don't know. Drugs might have been involved.
Yeah.
But they're just saying that he drowned.
I'm assuming that he went unconscious for some reason and drowned in there.
Oh, okay. That's fair then.
Yeah, because you can't really.
I guess so.
Unless
how did he drown?
Unless his hot tub was 10 feet deep, or unless he overheated and passed out. That's also an option, but
yeah, who knows?
Yeah, it's intense,
heartbreaking, heart-wrenching.
Yeah.
What else do I have? I don't know. I just got over a sickness.
Don't give it to me.
I went to Sacramento for the weekend for work while you were living it up in Costa Rica. Yeah, I was in the capital of California.
Yeah. Capital of California, why you say it like that? Did you hate it as much as Lady Bird hates it?
Who?
Is she from Sacramento?
Oh, Lady Bird.
Is that where she's from?
You said Lady Girl.
I thought I said Lady Bird.
I heard Lady Girl.
I thought I said Lady Bird. But...
She was, I think she might have been from Sacramento or something like that. Fresno. I feel like she was from Fresno.
Maybe?
Who cares? But yeah, I was out there for work. But more interestingly, the last time we spoke.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you look so cute.
And you know what's interesting?
You keep doing that. And then, and you know what? You know what's interesting? Is that your thing now?
I'm getting sidetracked.
You know what's interesting?
Before we started recording, I was like, I feel like there's a new guy that I'm dating that I'm supposed to be sharing. But no, that's all up in my head. I guess. I was like, I'm almost certain there's like a guy I'm dating.
I'm almost certain I'm dating someone right now.
But no, it's all in my head. It's all an illusion.
I'm almost certain I'm in love, but I can't remember.
It's all made up. It's all delusion.
Oh, so I'm assuming you're talking about your psychic reading you have.
Yes, that's what I'm going to segue into. Yes. The last time we spoke, you
did my
talking about your high school reunion, and then one of the girls you went to high school with, she's now a card reader, and I was oh my God, I have to do it. So of course I did it. The session was 2 hours, which was only supposed to be an hour, and I was like, is this a good thing or a bad thing?
Yes, you need all the time in the world, honey.
Clearly. So at first she was like, well, do you want to like say what you want, like, the cards to tell you or whatever, or do you just want me to pull from them? And at first I was like, let's just see what the cards take us. And I said, you know what? Fuck that. Actually, no. I need to know about where is this a man of mine that I've been waiting for the past 27? I'm actually 28. Where is this man of mine who I've been waiting for the past 28 years? So at first she was like, okay, I see someone like coming in, like the guy who you're talking to right now, like something. And then she was like, it doesn't seem like it's gonna work out, or y'all are at odds or something like that. And I was like, well, that's crazy because I'm literally not talking to a soul. And then she was like, well, that's weird. And then she was like, well, are you talking to anybody? I was like, no. And then she was like, okay. And then I was like, well, and then she was like, well, is there anybody you want me to, she was like, is there anybody you want to ask me about? And I said, well, not really, but since you're offering, sure. So then I asked her, I was like, the only people who I could really ask you about are the people who I've dealt with recently. So I asked her about not the guy, if everyone remembers me. Yeah. Worked at so-and-so with me, and then he moved to DC, had a girlfriend, and then he came in town that one weekend and he ghosted me. So I didn't ask her about him. I asked her about the guy after him. The one who...
My least favorite? The one who tried to double dip?
Yeah, the one who...
Why'd you ask about him?
I don't know, girl. Did I tell you that he texted me?
No.
Oh, so it was like 2 games ago when we played the Tennessee Titans, because he lives in Tennessee, because he's getting his PhD at Vanderbilt University. That's why I asked about him, because he's getting his PhD at Vanderbilt University, and I need to know if I need to hang on to this.
No. Burn him at the stake
slug
board.
Or not.
Yeah.
Oh, but he ended up texting me like 2 or 3 games ago, and he was like, first of all, I really should have been like, oh, I don't know. But he texted me, and he was at the game, and he sent a picture of like the stadium, and he was like looking for you. And I was like, I really wanted to be like, well, don't. But instead I was like, oh, sorry, I wasn't on the field this game, yada yada yada. And then he tried to make small talk, and it lasted for like 2 seconds, but then I stopped texting him. Good. Because first of all, why would you come into town? It's my city. Come to a game. It's a Sunday. You came in town for the game.
The Lord's Day.
So you've probably been in town for at least the weekend. So you probably came into town Friday, right? But for whatever reason, you're texting me, probably you're leaving tomorrow. Probably leaving Monday.
Yes.
So why are you texting me on Sunday in the middle of the game that I'm performing at? What do you think about to happen? You think I'm about to drop everything? You think I'm about to cancel my Sunday game plans to hang out with you for one night, and so you can get whatever you want to get out of me, and then head to your flight on Monday morning?
Boy math.
Like, why would, if you knew you were coming into town, you bought tickets to this game.
The nerve.
You knew what you were doing.
The audacity.
You knew ahead of time that you were coming into town, but you text me most likely the day before you leave. What you think, I'm about to drop everything I'm doing just to hang out with you?
No, sir.
Absolutely not.
We bob.
So I stopped texting him. I was like, this is your third strike.
What did Jada say?
Right.
He had what? There's no more strikes. He's done. He's buried.
She was saying basically, so I was like, well, what about him? And then she was like, it seems like the last time y'all had an encounter, it was like really awkward and y'all left it on like really weird terms. And I was like, yeah. So then I told her the story. And then she was like, yeah, it seems like he doesn't know how you feel about him and how you perceive him. I was like, he shouldn't, because I think he's a garbage pile of turd.
Of course he doesn't.
She was like, and then it kind of looks like he's in a relationship. And I said, what? And then she was like, well, actually now it's kind of saying it looks like he's in a situationship. And then she was like, nope, yeah, he's in a situationship. This girl, he's sleeping with a girl, and she thinks she's in a relationship with him, but he is not interested in that way whatsoever. And I said, okay. And I was like, so is he like my husband?
She's like throwing the red flags at you. She's like pouring them.
I'm like, so are we getting married? And she's like, no.
What are you missing?
She was like, girl, what?
Thank you.
And I was like, are you sure?
She said, what? She was like, no. She said, I don't need the cards for that one.
And then she was like, but it does seem that he's gonna reach out to you again. And I said, I'll take it.
Oh my God.
I'll take it.
What did she give you? Did she tell you anything like?
Yeah, so then we moved forward.
More specific.
And then, she was like, okay, I see. Let me pull it up because I wrote it down in my notes.
Oh, goodness. Bitch loves a quote.
Okay, so she said something about she sees like a Gemini Libra coming towards me. No, she sees a Gemini, a Libra, and an Aries coming towards me. And the Gemini, she's getting like weird vibes from him.
Okay.
And something about me wanting to run away from him or something like that.
Eek.
Like him like hashing up like weird feelings. I'm like, got a blast. Or something
danger.
Like that. And then she says like something about she gets good vibes from the Libra.
Yes.
And then an Aries. She said whoever the Aries is, I'm going to be very attracted to him. And then she also mentioned an Aquarius. And I said, okay, so what about my husband?
You got options.
And then so she was like, okay. And then she was like, but I see your like long-term partner coming in the summer of 2025.
Okay.
Like, I can't wait that long.
It sounds like to me that you're going to have options soon. And then the one. That's good.
Hopefully. I feel like, whatever. What I got from her, I'm like, it sounds like dry spell. She just said you got 3 zodiac signs coming your way. I mean, yeah, but like, if we really look at my track record, me having 3 human beings coming towards me is kind of astronomical, if we're being for real.
No, it sounds like it sounds like a time. I mean, 2024 is here, honey.
I guess. So then
you need practice before the big one.
I guess the big plunge. We'll see. So then the so-called Mr. Right is supposedly a Cancer.
Okay.
He's coming into my life. I'm gonna meet him.
Ooh.
Like through a friend of a friend or something like that.
That's good.
We'll go out or something like that in May, and then by August is when I really start having like serious feelings for him.
Gross.
And she says it's gonna be like quick, bam, and in a hurry. Like you start dating, y'all are like, okay, this is it. Let's get married.
No, ma'am. I refuse. I refuse to allow that to happen.
She's like, you're gonna be like, all right, both of y'all are gonna be like, all right, let's stop pussyfooting around here and let's just go. Let's.
I actually can kind of see that for you, but we're not gonna do that.
I don't see that in my
I can
cards,
totally see that for you.
Say, you know, I'm open to it. And then she was saying that like he's gonna be really like obsessed with me, and then at first I'm gonna be like, I don't know, this is too much. I can see that, yeah. And then I'm gonna be like, oh, maybe I'm obsessed with you back.
I can see that.
I mean, and then she said something about we're gonna have 3 kids, and then she said something about us eloping. I said that can't be accurate at all. She's like for every reason, it's either saying like you're gonna present the situation of either we move or we get married, but it's not gonna be both. And I was like, and then she says, I see y'all eloping. I'm like, well, that's crazy because I would never do anything of the sort. And then I started asking her about my career.
That's good stuff.
And then she was like, I'm seeing some blockage here. And I was like, well, that's not great. Like, why are we seeing blocks here? And then she was like, it looks like your fear is kind of like blocking something. And I said, oh, that's interesting. But she was like, but I definitely see you being your own boss. And then she was like, I see you being a social media influencer. I said, well, that's crazy.
That kind of makes sense. I feel like you're going to be on a TV show one of these days.
I would hope. Jesus, so where is it? Where's my Southern Charm New Orleans? Because I'm ready to sign the contract and be on Watch What Happens. But yeah, so that was the gist.
That's fun. Mm-hmm. I want to do another session with her soon. Maybe next
I want to do another session, but when she was like, she was like, I get it. I'm getting some blockage with your career, and I said, that's not what I want to hear. That's not.
I think that makes sense. It's just not the blockage right now.
Like she was like, fear is blocking something. So yeah, that was how my reading went.
I can't wait to do it again.
Yeah. We're excited for the next session, I guess. She said give it a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Okay. And then she also told me the best time to manifest is during the new moon.
Ooh, when's that coming?
Yeah. She was supposed to tell me, but she didn't. So
Let's look it up.
I don't know when the next new moon is. Not a full moon, the new moon. Not to be confused.
So the next one is December. No, the next one's November 13th.
Oh, November 13th.
Yeah.
Let me put that on my phone. Time to manifest.
Yes. Amen, honey. I think, yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Anything else? Any other shows?
I
have another show.
You have another show for us? Sure, let's hear it.
Yesterday was Halloween.
This is Halloween.
I watched 5 Nights at Freddy's.
Oh, okay.
With the guy from.
Oh, okay. I'm glad you brought that up because I watched.
Ooh. Oh no,
not a scary movie.
Okay,
but
okay, I'll just say it was a good movie.
It was good,
and I think what's his name, Josh Hutcherson did a great job. It was really good, not too creepy. I thought it was good.
It's just like the animals
come together
to life.
Yeah, and it has something to do with his personal life and his past.
Oh, really?
So like kind of connect, which was cool.
Oh.
Yeah, and it was fun. It was like a fun, chill Halloween movie. Nothing crazy. I really enjoyed it.
I'm happy to see him back on the TV
Yes,
screen.
I read somewhere that movie is number one on Peacock and
the
No Hard Feelings is number one
on Netflix.
I haven't
that's what I watched.
Did you watch it?
Yeah.
How was it?
It was good.
I haven't watched it yet.
It didn't it was funny, but I at the same time didn't laugh.
Do you think it'd been funny? I feel like that was we needed to see it in movie theaters and I need to be laughing with people.
Probably so. Mm-hmm. But it was funny. I did enjoy the film.
I really like the part. She's like, my second cousin.
She's like, that's my cousin. He's my second cousin. So yeah, it was interesting.
So the storyline is she's like 27 trying to help an 18-year-old.
So yeah, so what it is, right? Which this is my one qualm about the movie. So she lives in Montauk, right?
Montauk is in...
It's like the Hamptons.
Oh, yes. Okay, Montauk.
So she lives in, like, Montauk. Mm-hmm. Born and raised there, right?
Interesting.
Her mom left her this house. Her mom died, left her this house. And, you know, Montauk, affluent white people. She's not... Right. She's white, poor. But she's not affluent. So she's being affected by gentrification. My qualm is that. I am so tired.
Gentrification by who, girl?
So tired of seeing white people playing the victims of gentrification.
That doesn't make any sense. It's always been white and rich. I don't understand.
She's like poor and white, and so she's being affected by rich and white people.
Girl, if you don't sell our house and live your best life.
I was like, who is supposed to believe? Like, am I supposed to buy into this?
Is that a strong plot, or that's just like something they mentioned? No, that's
literally the reason why she's doing all of this. So I
thought she was just poor.
So her mom left her this house in Montauk. She lives in this house. She owns the house. She's gotta pay the bills. Yeah, so the taxes are going up because, you know, all the rich white people's summer and vacation there now. So
they always did. What?
Exactly.
Since when?
So, you know, taxes are going up, blah, 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 blah. She's about to lose the house because she hasn't paid the taxes on the house. Mm-hmm. See, this was an added element that I thought was, like, unnecessary. So instead, so she hasn't paid the taxes on the house, and her car gets repossessed.
Yes, I saw that scene.
So her car gets repossessed, and she needs a car so she can Uber during the summers, and that's how she like makes like
extra cash.
Her extra cash.
Yeah.
So when her car gets repossessed, she has no opportunity to Uber the rich, affluent white people. So then that's when the boy's parents come in. Okay. They put an ad out on like Craigslist or something like that. If you date our son,
it's crazy.
You can get this 1999 green Buick that we have.
What? Just pay me in cash.
She does all of this
for the car.
For the car. But my thing was eliminate the car from the storyline and just be like, if you date our son,
we'll give you money.
We'll pay you. I didn't understand the unnecessary adding the car.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. It wasn't necessary.
Like, just because the
she just needs the money.
She needs a car. The plot is that she needs money to save the house. She needs money to save.
They didn't have to add that in there.
So yeah, I thought the car.
They should have just took her car away.
Yeah. Yes.
Just like, oh, my life is getting worse.
The whole
my car's
car.
gone.
I need an Uber, and I'm doing this because I need a car so I can Uber, so I can save my mom's house. The car element was unnecessary to me. That bothered me.
Just give me $10,000 to date your son.
Exactly. Just pay me to date your son.
Some old Buick car
and the gentrification aspect. I was like, okay, sure.
But he is. Like 17, right?
He's 19. His character.
Okay.
But I also still thought it was weird because like her parents, I also just like it was just like weird because like I guess she was supposed to be, you know, like carefree and like, but I don't know. I just thought it was just like really weird how willing she was to like. So his parents wanted her to have sex with him.
Yeah.
And I just thought that was so strange. And I thought that was strange how willing she was
to do it.
Like,
sure.
This is weird.
I guess
like
he's
you're
of age.
32.
She was 32?
So you've never seen that scene, and then they're like, how old are you?
20.
She's like 29.
So
last year.
Yeah.
And they're like, so 30. 32. You've never seen that scene?
I thought she got to 28, 27. I didn't know she got up to 32.
So they're like, so how old are you?
Yeah, I know the scene you're talking about.
The ad. And she's like 32.
Yeah, I know that scene, but I don't remember her saying 32, the final answer.
Yeah, her final answer is I'm 32.
Girl, just become a sex worker.
Exactly.
And affluent.
I just thought that was just weird. Because I was just like, this is like weird. Because like she like, I mean, they don't have sex. But that's the goal here.
Yeah.
So it was weird.
So weird.
But it was a good movie. I enjoyed it.
Okay. Strange.
It was, yeah. It was cute. Their relationship was cute. I was like, aw. This is so adorable.
Okay, was it?
Yeah, their relationship was so cute.
I want to watch it. Chance said he wants to watch it, but he wants to watch it with me. But sometimes I can't tell if he's joking or not. Like, I can't tell. Like, do you really want to see this movie, or can I watch it by myself?
Why would that be a joke?
He just be saying stuff. He just be talking, and he's like, "I don't want to see the movie." Like, I haven't watched it because I've been waiting to watch it with you.
Oh, I
and
see.
then if I had, I don't know, yeah. Because like when I watched Haunted Mansion, he's like, "You watched it without me?" And I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "I didn't think it would be a movie you want to watch." He's like, "No, I don't want to watch it." I was like, "Okay, cool."
Exactly.
So, yeah, like that's why I watched Haunted Mansion.
I see. You watched it without me though.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I needed something to watch. It was really long.
Was it? Was it good?
Yeah, I thought so.
Oh, okay.
It was cute, but it was really long.
I'll have to
it was like 2 hours.
I wanted to watch it over on Halloween.
Yeah. It was good. I didn't like the villain. I think they could have. It wasn't as good as the original Haunted Mansion. For sure.
It would, of course.
Yeah.
Why would it be?
It's a little too fluffy, and we didn't get enough ghosts. Yeah. We got a lot of ghosts, but we didn't get personal with any ghosts. Like I would have like the little old couple in the movie. Yeah. I wanted one of them.
Okay.
To guide us.
I see.
It was just a lot of like the human characters we were into, and we just saw ghosts running around. And
oh yeah, that's not fun at all.
Yeah, I wanted a guide.
Oh yeah.
And they had the orb lady. I thought it was gonna be the same.
I don't know why they wouldn't use the same chick. I don't know why they.
I was really excited to see her.
Curtis,
yeah,
right?
And I was so excited. Yeah, it was. And I was so excited to see. Yeah, and then I was like, that's not the voice I hear.
That's not the same lady. I don't know why they wouldn't use the same lady.
So stupid.
They should have.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It's the same house, isn't it?
I think it's giving the same house. They didn't like say it exactly, but yes, it looks the same. They have the same graveyard thing. It's in like swampy area. It's giving the same house. My only other caveat with this freaking movie, like Jesus, the ads, the sponsors, they just threw in there
product placement.
My wife, she died in a car accident on her way to Baskin Robbins, and after that she went to Chick-fil-A, and
don't forget to sign up with Allstate for your car insurance.
I got this. What do you call this? I got this stage from CVS.
Oh wow!
It was a lot of that, and I'm like, how y'all have to do this better? It's overkill. And can we just throw CBS in the background? Does she have to be like, I got this sage from CBS. Literally, he was like telling the story of how his wife died, and he was like, she died on her way to Baskin Robbins.
Who has sage from CBS?
CBS doesn't sell that.
Exactly.
And it was a couple other days. It doesn't have that. It doesn't have that.
They don't have that.
But it was just too much promotion. I was just like, y'all have, I get it.
We get it.
I guess they didn't care. That's why they didn't care about when it was released in the movie, because they already got their money back from these advertisements. It was dropping every other speech.
We can drop it in July. Who cares? We've already made our money.
I can't imagine being like, I would be so pissed as an actor having to do promos and like talk them. Like, I don't mind carrying a bottle or being in the background, but to fully in my sad,
this is insulting my craft.
In my sad monologue, I have to mention, but make sure you mention CVS. Or like being a writer, but it's like you have to. This is a perfect spot to mention, Baskin Robbins. It's like, I can't. This is my art.
I can't. This is my art.
This is my art, and you guys aren't paying me.
That is very true. But okay.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about the movie that we're doing today?
Yes. All right. Oh my goodness. Think senior year. Think one big party to finish it all off.
Woohoo.
Think graduations. Think different high school cliques and reputations. Think college. Think jock. Think popular girl in school. Think guy who thinks he's black but he's really white. Think Jennifer Love huge tits.
Yes.
Think this movie has almost every single famous person in it before they were famous. Think party. Think house party. Think the movie takes place in one single night, and typically I hate shit like that.
Oh, you
but
do? I can't remember if you hated it.
I like it, and it works. And that leads us to drum roll, please. Can't hardly wait.
Oh, Jesus, you screamed it at us.
Can't hardly wait. I'm sorry. love this movie.
You love this film?
I love this movie. You know, typically, I cannot stand a movie that literally the entire film, the entire hour and 30 minutes is literally in the course of one day. I don't like that. Just makes no sense to me. I hate it. But this film, it does it.
10 out of 10.
And it's great. It's great.
Love it.
You know why? Because it has everything else. It has the house party. It's got all the different cliques, the jocks, the losers, the popular kids, the burnouts. This is
you get
great.
it all, honey.
And then there's like so many people in there. There's like, oh my God, look, they're in
so
here.
many people.
And it's just like very, very B-list celebrities, but like, oh my goodness, they started somewhere.
Yes.
Not A-list though.
Not A-list.
Not too many A-list.
But it's like everyone from that time was in this movie.
Literally everyone who was,
It was like some of the faces, I'm like, ooh, fun.
Right. Where have you been?
Where have you been? What are you doing? What are you up to?
Summary. On the night of Huntington High's senior class graduation, current students from all social groups attend a last hurrah party hosted by one of their wealthy classmates. Among them are Preston Myers, a typical outsider who plans to proclaim his love to his 4-year secret crush, Amanda Beckett. Amanda, the most popular girl in school and the senior class prom queen, has recently been dumped by her popular jock boyfriend, Mike Dexter. Mike is targeted by nerd classmate William Lichter, who is plotting revenge against him for years of relentless bullying. Preston's antisocial best friend, Denise Flemings, has no intention of going to the party, but is dragged along by Preston. Meanwhile, Kenny Fisher, who was a wannabe thug, plans on losing his virginity by the end of the night. Fun facts! The film was released June 12, 1998, written and directed by Deborah Kaplan and Harry Elfont. The idea of setting most of the movie at a party was based primarily on concerns to keep production costs low, and it was inspired by the movie of John Hughes and the party scene in Say Anything. I have no idea what's the party scene.
Say Anything.
That's the Boombox movie.
Oh, gotcha. Mm. That was another John Hughes movie? I didn't know that one.
He's got his hand in everything.
I don't like that one. I don't think it's much.
like that one either. Yeah. Not a fan.
Not a fan.
That's why I have no idea what the party scene is in the movie. But it was practical.
Yes.
Says Elfont as he speaks to Time magazine. The idea of doing a movie set at a party came first, but it seemed like it would be really cheap to shoot a movie in one location. Then we thought, what hasn't been done? ? Nobody really has done a high school movie in a while. That's not true. This was like prime time high school teen
they
movies,
all came out
but whatever. Week. So, but in his defense, they all came out around the same time. So maybe they were all being filmed at the same time. So we kind of fell into it in that way. It was kind of an accident. I love the idea that here we have these no-name writers / directors are doing their first movie ever. Mm-hmm. But they're like, we want to make a movie, but we don't have the money or the capital. So how do we keep it cheap? Let's make the movie about a party and set it all at one house, one scene, the whole freaking thing, one night.
That's funny. That's not how I think movies are made. I think you write a movie and then you pitch it. They're just like, what y'all got for cheap?
How do we keep this cheap? Okay. Let's make the entire movie at the party.
Love that.
It is fantastic. The film initially received an R rating due to MPAA objections, I don't know what that is, about the depiction of teens drinking alcohol at an unsupervised party and drug use. The film was recut and then revised for a PG-13 rating. And then one of the directors was like, of course it's unsupervised. There would a party would have supervised drinking.
I've never heard of this problem before.
Yeah. Who would have thunk?
Yeah.
Principal photography started in October 1997 and ran for 26 days. What? The cast had 1 week of rehearsal before filming.
Wait, what ran for Principal
photography. So
the production
filming started in October 1997 and ran for 26 days.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, sounds about right. Let's see. Jennifer Love Huge Tits, known for The Party of Five. I don't think I knew she was in that show. Known for The Party of Five when she signed onto the film and appeared in the slasher hit I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Yeah.
Helped raise her further profile and gain her role as Amanda Beckett in the film. Ethan Embry, who plays Preston, our main character, was offered the role of William Lichter, the nerd. But turned it down because he wanted to play the guy who gets the girl and wanted to be the lead.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they even offered it to him. You know, my one caveat about this film is that, like, the main guy, Preston, the guy who plays him, he's not hot.
Yeah, I was going to say, could be hotter.
And yeah, he should have played William Lichter.
He should not have been in the movie. I actually like William. I really like who William.
I like who played William.
Yeah, and I just don't see Preston as being the nerd
anymore. This movie we could have done without Preston.
Yeah.
Not the character.
Yeah.
The guy who plays him.
Just not.
I was thinking,
a little cuter.
Who could have done a better, like, who could have fit for this? And someone who came to mind was Joseph Gordon-Levitt. I don't know. Paul Rudd came to my mind.
Yeah.
Too.
What's that guy whose face is different from all the John Hughes movies?
Oh, freaking Michael.
Yeah, just like someone who's nerdy.
Well, he's
but
80s.
I know, like, but just like someone who's like, who's not super hot but still cute.
Yeah.
Preston was
just
not there. Was not doing it for me.
He's giving us nothing.
Yeah.
In the looks department.
But that's a good one. I could see. Who's the first one you said?
I said Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yeah, I can see him being as the whiny type. Yes.
Meanwhile, according to Charlie Carmazzo, who actually plays William Lichter, he said Adam Hayne Bird, we don't know who that is, was originally cast as William, and then Seth Green also, who plays Kevin, the Virgin, also auditioned for the character of William. So it seems like the character of William was a super hot character. Like,
oh my god, could you imagine Seth Green's little tiny behind?
No, he would have. I definitely could have seen it. But he does Kevin so well.
He's too short.
To play a nerd, of course, like that.
Oh, to play William. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I was still thinking Preston.
No.
Yes, he could have played William.
No, we're still talking about William here.
Yeah, sorry.
Fame and success came to many of the actors with small parts in the movies.
Yeah.
Most of the headliners for Can't Hardly Wait: Seth Green, Peter Finchanley. That's Mike Dexter. Jennifer Love Huge Tits.
He's popular.
Do you know who he is?
No.
Oh, you're gonna be gooped and gagged once I tell you this one, honey.
It's like, what? Who is he?
He's the freaking dad in Twilight.
Oh my god!
No.
What?
I knew you didn't know that, and I was like, I can't wait to tell her that this is the dad from Twilight.
That is so. That makes. I don't know why that makes me so uncomfortable. I'm like, oh my god.
Doesn't it?
Yes.
Doesn't it give you like weird? Like it makes. Yeah, I feel the same way. It makes.
I don't know if it's because I'm like, what is time? Because like, how did he go from this playing this teen to someone's dad, or just like, oh my god, he's Edward's dad. He should stay as Edward's dad. That's so weird. I don't like it. I don't know what it is.
Yeah,
it's creepy.
I just think it's weird because he plays such a douche in this movie, and then he's like a vampire.
That's
dad.
So weird.
It's like, what a 180.
That's so crazy. I wouldn't have guessed that in a million years.
Yeah. Yep. So most of the headliners from the film: Seth Green, Peter Finchanley, whatever his name is, Jennifer Love Huge Tits, had a lot of success, in the past 15 years. But many of the actors who got only a few lines have gone on to have notable success, which includes Jamie Presley, who's our good sis from Not Another Teen movie, who plays the cheerleader.
Oh, yes, hottie.
So Margot Robbie's lookalike, the original Margot Robbie, Jason Segel, yes. Selma Blair.
Wait, who's Selma Blair?
She has Parkinson's now.
Okay.
Cruel Intentions.
Yes. She has Parkinson's?
Yeah.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. She does. Donald Fashion, the dude from Scrubs, the black guy.
Yes.
Sean Patrick, the guy from Save the Last Dance.
Yeah.
Breckin Meyer, the guy who plays the leader of the band.
Yeah.
And some other people.
To me.
That's about all I got. Last thing we have here, the budget.
Okay. You're keeping it low, 10 mil.
Oh, right on the shmoney, somewhere between 10 and 13 mil, says Wikipedia. Box office.
That's a hard one for me. I don't know what people were. $20 million?
Oh my God, look at you. Look at this. Oh my God, I'm so proud of you. $25.6 million.
$25.6 million. Okay.
Cast. Ethan Embry as Preston Myers, our main character.
Yes.
Jennifer Love Huge Tits. Jennifer Love Hewitt as Amanda Beckett. Lauren Ambrose as Denise Fleming. Lauren Ambrose as Denise Fleming. Preston's best friend. Peter Ficciani, this is such an Italian name. I really have no idea. As Mike Dexter, Amanda Beckett, ex-boyfriend, jock. Seth Green as Kenny Fisher, our white gangster / virgin. Charlie Carmo as William Lichter, our nerd. Let's see. Jason Segel as Watermelon Guy. Salma Blair as the girls who Mike hits on. I just love how they, like, all these famous people are literally like girlfriend number 2.
Yeah.
Jamie Presley as girlfriend number 1.
Did you say your book girl?
Oh yeah. Oh my God, I forgot about her. Freaking Melissa Joan Hart as Vicky, the yearbook girl.
I feel like they gave her name because I'm pretty sure
they definitely gave her.
They gave her Vicky after the fact.
They never say her name.
They never say her name.
Breckin Myers as Love Burger lead singer.
Love Burger, great band.
Did somebody order a Love Burger? Well done. So hilarious.
They could get their own movie. Please.
And then the list goes on, but
yeah,
these are all the main characters that we need to know.
Okay, Jade.
My back hurts. Oh God.
At least it's not your hit this time. Who knows?
There's always something wrong with me.
You ready to dive in, love?
Ooh, I'm about to dive in.
Yeah. So the movie begins with the senior class of Huntington Hillside High.
Huntington.
What did I say?
Huntington.
Okay. So the movie begins with the senior class of Huntington Hillside. Did I say it again?
Huntington.
The movie begins with the senior class of Huntington.
There we go.
Hillside High. Celebrating their graduation. Dressed in caps and gowns, the students share different rumors and stories. But one piece of information stands out, and that is the fact that Amanda Beckett, the school's most popular girl, has been dumped by her semi-hot jock boyfriend, Mike Dexter.
Semi-hot?
You think he's hot?
Yes.
He didn't do anything for me.
He's not.
He's high school hot. Like real high school hot. That's probably the best you get. But
I mean, he's
actor
not the finest heartthrob that we've seen in these films, but he's a good-looking guy.
Maybe his personality. Maybe his personality is part of it.
To shits.
Yeah, maybe that's part of it because I'm just like,
probably. Ew. What I really love about this scene is how, like, we see nobody's face, and they're just like, are you going to that party tonight? Did you hear the news? Are you going to the party? Dude, I'm going to the army. They're going to shave your head. Are you going to the party tonight? Who's throwing it? The girl in our gym class? No, the girl in our chemistry class. Did you hear that Mac Dexter broke up with Amanda Beckett? Where are you going to college? I'm going to NYU. What about you? Did you hear I'm naked under this gown? I love that. I love that entire scene. Just chaos.
I feel like you got everything someone says.
Like, literally. I love it. And then Preston finds out that his love is now single.
Well, who's Preston?
Preston Myers. We're introduced to him. What I also love about this film is how when they introduce all the main characters, they introduce them as if we're looking at their yearbook picture.
Right. With like
their quote, their activities, where they're going. I love it. So Preston Myers, activities include literary journal, honor society, and swimming. Future plans, Dartmouth College. Quote, beware of all the enterprises that require new clothes. Thoreau.
He's not giving me a swimmer.
He is not giving swimming at all.
You don't get the quote?
Beware of all enterprises that require new clothes. Beware you got to go somewhere and you got to change up.
Like in my head, I'm like, beware of like corporate America that makes you wear suits. Like you have to buy new clothes to fit in. I don't know. It's very like hipster and liberal.
I didn't get the first half. I don't get the corporate part, but yeah, buy new clothes to fit in. Like, I think that I'm just saying that's an example. Okay, like that's probably one he would stray away from. Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
So
yeah.
Onward.
So Preston, so this news is very important to Preston because he's had a crush on Amanda Beckett since the first day
that she strolled into Huntington Hills High.
Freshman
year, in the middle of the semester. He takes us back.
Yes.
He takes us on a journey. We get a throwback, a mirage. What's it called?
A flashback.
A flashback. That's the word. I was like, what is the word that I'm looking for? We get a flashback. It's the middle of the semester. It's the first day he's ever missed the bus and was tardy for school.
Oh, what a nerd.
But if he hadn't been tardy, he would have never laid eyes on her.
Oh, so sweet.
Amanda Beckett. He gets dropped off by his dad. As he's walking up the steps of Huntington Hills High, he sees Amanda Beckett walk up the stairs too, to arrive for her first day at the school.
Yes.
They go to English class. Of course, she's in his English class. What are the odds? Fate, so has it be.
Yes.
What are the odds? She sits down. Who does she sit next to? Preston. Of course, nonetheless.
Mm-hmm.
What does she pull out as she sits down in the chair?
Tell me.
A strawberry Pop-Tart. The same breast pastry that he was consuming at that very moment.
I don't know if I would have called.
What is he to do? How is he to proceed? Then the teacher asks, would anybody like to give Amanda a tour of the school? This is it. This is opportunity. As he goes to raise his hand, boom, just like that. Over. Opportunity gone. Opportunity lost. Mike Dexter beats him to the punch.
Womp womp.
And he volunteers to do it. He hesitated.
That's what he gets for being a loser.
And then that was it. The rest is history. They date for the next 4 years. And he's left waiting aimlessly for his opportunity. But fate has given him another chance.
I wouldn't call a Pop-Tart a breakfast pastry.
Yeah, when he said that, I was like,
not a pastry. That's just sugar.
You mean like American garbage?
Yeah.
Like processed food?
Yes, you can't go to
pastry?
You can't go to a donut, a coffee shop and get a Pop-Tart.
Like, can I get a Pop-Tart?
No, yeah.
Like, no.
I don't know. Is he the Is he the marketing agent for Pop-Tarts? Because no one's calling it that.
Freaking product placement, man. Yeah. Just like in freaking Haunted Mansion.
But this one was better. I'll give it this one. Okay. So Preston's very excited about his news. And now, so he hears this and he shares this with his, I think, his only friend. Denise. Clearly. She is clearly a lesbian.
I don't agree.
So just go ahead and imagine that. I don't need to say anymore. She has short hair. She hates society. She's never had a boyfriend.
She's super liberal. You can already tell.
She's super liberal, and she's a lesbian.
She's not.
You know what's actually really funny?
What?
I don't think she's gay in real life, but she's
Nor is she gay in this movie.
No, we don't know. We don't know her character.
We actually do know.
Okay. But she's on Yellow Jackets.
Oh, she is?
Gorgeous. She looks so good.
She does?
Yeah, she's really, I don't look her up. She still had the red head, but she's so pretty.
Oh, wow.
Gay, lesbian on the show. So.
I love it how when they go up, so now we're introduced to Denise. He tells her, Preston's telling her the news. And then
you can he's like researching.
Huh?
No, you can finish researching.
But I'm talking.
Oh, okay.
At the same time.
You were throwing me off. I was like, wait, why are you?
Anywho. And he's telling her the news and how they're going to the party, and she's like, what? I didn't even think we're going to this party. And then she's dropping off her cap and her gown, and then the guy's like, who's checking her out, and he's like, you don't want to keep your tassel? For $15 you can keep your tassel. Sure. And then she's like, so I can stick it in between my yearbook and my prom corsage. She says prom corsage. Really weird. Every time she says them, like, prom corsage.
I never noticed.
I said all of that just to say she says prom corsage.
What is her fun fact?
Denise Fleming's activities? None. Future plans? NYU. Quote, right. A true friend stabs you in the front. Oscar Wilde. Very on brand.
I don't know if I like that quote. But anywho.
The fact that she has no activities is very on brand for her. And onward.
So, it's the night of the party. We meet some other characters. We'll circle back to their storylines here in a second. That night of the party, it's nighttime. Preston is determined to finally confess his feelings to Amanda. And he plans to do this by giving her a love letter that he's been perfecting over the years. Red flag. That is creepy. I do not like it.
I'm so sorry. Okay, I looked her up. perfect pairing of young and old.
Yes!
She literally looked exactly like her.
Perfect.
When she was younger.
Their
This is really...
their auditions for a lot of the people, I'm like, oh, this is good. Oh, you guys did a good job. And they all give their young and their old selves all get the same vibe. Great casting. Casting.
I love when that happens.
But yes, she's gorgeous on the show. But anywho, so he's plans on giving her this love letter that he's refracting over the years. It's gross, sir. Get a life. And then a serendipitous moment occurs when he hears a Barry Manilow song come over the radio, and
we're at the party.
Huh? Yeah. And he's convinced that this is his time to give her the letter. And he tells Denise, who's with him, that he's like, this is a sign that I give this letter to Amanda. And Denise, being the negative person she is, she's like, the song is written about a dog. That's what I heard. So
I heard this was written about his dog. Like, and then he's like, who writes a song about a dog?
A lot of people.
And then who names their song Mandy? She's like, I know a friend who named her dog Samantha. He's like, shut up about the dog. And he's like, this is my sign.
This is my moment.
This is the universe telling me that me and Amanda Beckett are meant to be together. And she's like, whatever, Preston.
Sure. So as the party unfolds and the movie unfolds, we see a colorful ensemble of characters. We're introduced to the party host. She's dressed in like this beautiful purple dress, and she looks like she's like going to like a cocktail event.
What I love about the chick who hosts the party is how we see her throughout the movie. Her hair gets more and more like wild and untamed.
She don't know.
Like when we first see her, she like the dress is fresh. Her hair is like looks like she's like in a bridesmaid hairdo. Like it's pinned up. It's all nice. And then as the night goes on, her hair just gets more and more disheveled, and she gets more and more hostile. Like look at her hair now. Look at it. Look at it. I just love it. Like
she looks like a mom.
Yeah,
she looks like she owns the place.
It's hilarious.
She has never been to a party. She clearly has no idea.
The first time she's ever thrown a party.
What kind of people she goes to high school with, but there's some grimy mother lovers, and they're about to tear their house up.
Show is.
And then we meet Vicky, who's played by Melissa Joan Hart. Her mission for tonight is to get every student in her class to sign her yearbook, first of her kind to ever do such a thing. She has big aspirations and dreams. That annoys me that she wants to do that.
And no one can crush her spirit.
She's really annoying.
Do
you like that she
appreciate the ambition. I mean, what's the harm in wanting everyone to have a little nostalgia? But like wanting everyone to sign the yearbook.
Why today? Why haven't you been doing this since,
maybe they just got the yearbook.
It's not, maybe. But in most cases, you get your yearbook a little bit before graduation.
Okay, she probably has started the process already. And it's a trajectory. She's still on it. Like this is, she's got to get the final numbers. This is her last shot at this party. Because after that, they're not seeing each other for another 10 years until the reunion.
I feel like that's a great goal 30 minutes into the party. But 2 hours into the party, girl, if you don't get this stupid freaking yearbook out of my face, I'm drawing a penis on it.
Like, hey, if someone 3 hours into a party asks me like, hey, I have the Sharpie. I've already had your name and picture pulled up. Can you just sign it real quick? I'm like, sure.
All it takes is one drunk person go, ooh, and sign the whole book.
And the whole thing's ruined. That's also true. She's got too much faith in all of them.
She's got too much faith. And then, before we got to the party, we also met William Lichter, who has a goal and a revenge plan he makes with his fellow nerds. And that revenge plan is to get back at Mike Dester for bullying him all these years.
Yes.
His plan is for his geek friends to stand on top of the pool house, and then he's gonna get Mike Dester to come out, and
they're gonna lure Mike in and his jock friends while William's friends are on the roof of the pool house. They're gonna jump down, put chloroform to their face, rendering them unconscious, strip them of their clothes, Add some like really strange, weird props, sex toys.
Yes.
Take Polaroids of them, and then
consent.
Ruin their lives.
Yes, and bully them back. I don't know.
Get revenge. Do revenge.
I feel like this is too old. I feel like it's too late to do revenge on people past high school.
I mean, it's like we're graduating.
Yeah, like who you saying this to? How are you going to deliver all this?
Yeah,
no one cares.
How's this going to go mainstream?
I mean,
we're not going to class on Monday.
Right. I go to school in Chicago. Who cares?
We're done here.
We're done here.
But this is his plan.
Yes.
And
we meet Kenny.
No.
Before the party. Oh.
No. William. Lichter. Activities include valedictorian, National Merit Scholar, State Physics Bowl Captain, Eagle Scout, National Human Spirit Award recipient, Honor Roll, French Club, Spanish Club, Mandarin Club, German Club, Dead Romance Languages Club, Metabite Club, Chess Club, and the list goes on and on and on and on. I'm telling you, like, they pull the picture up and it just scrolls on. This is only like maybe 1/3 of all the activities he has.
He's a genius alone for knowing how to speak all those languages.
Literally.
Mandarin? Bless you, sir.
Future plans. Harvard University.
Yes.
Quote. I liked his quote the best. All great spirits have always encountered violent opposition from mediocre minds.
Facts.
Albert Einstein.
Yeah. He's Albert Einstein of this freaking school. And then before this party commenced, we also met Kenny.
Kenny Fisher. We transition to Kenny. He's in like the corner store. Kenny is a white person who has serious. Kenny's a white person. Serious mistaken identity. Yeah. Self-hate. I don't know what it is, but he thinks he's black and he's not. And so do his friends. Kenny Fisher. Activities include JV basketball. JV. 1 game. It says it on the picture.
1 game.
Future plans, UCLA. Quote, picture me rolling. Tupac. Yo, I gotta have sex tonight.
Is that the quote? Yo, I gotta have sex.
That's how we're introduced to him. Yo, I gotta have sex.
Did you talk about a sex kit? Did you mention that?
No.
Okay. And he also has a sex kit.
And he has a sex kit. So he can have sex tonight. So he's walking around at the party with a book bag that has like condoms and vibrators and elixirs and lube and all these things and scented candles.
So, and not another teenage movie. This has got to be who they're talking about. The little brother, right?
No.
It's not?
He's not whitewashed. Maybe?
Not whitewashed.
I mean, he's not like, he doesn't have a black scent.
They have an Asian scent.
Yeah, the Asian friend.
I guess.
Maybe.
It was giving it, though.
Yo, I gotta have sex tonight.
Okay. What the fuck? And also, before we got to the party, we saw Mike with his fellow friends. And Mike is trying to convince his friends to also break up with their girlfriends. So when they go to college, they could just bang on.
They can all have the summer together to turn up, hook up, and do whatever they want without their stupid girlfriends.
Yeah.
And of course, Mike being the ringleader of these idiots, they're like, oh my God, that's such a great idea. We should all break up with our girlfriends. Our girlfriends suck. They suck. They suck. Mm-hmm. You're a genius, Mike. Mike Dexter is a legend. Mike Dexter is a role model.
No, he's
this
not.
is such a great idea. I can't wait to break up with my girlfriend.
And mind you, all of their girlfriends are friends with
Amanda.
Yeah. So it's just
all of it. Of course, like naturally, all of his friends are friends with all of her friends. They're all dating each other. They're in a circle.
Yeah. Circle jerk.
Of popular people dating each other.
Disgusting.
So, this is all unfolding as the night begins.
Yes.
As we're all arriving to the party.
So now everyone has arrived. The party's in full swing. And the last but not least person that, it's part of the clique to arrive is Amanda.
Beckett. As the party is unfolding, she walks in and it is dead freaking silence.
Record scratch.
Freaking slow movie pan, slow-mo. Let her have her moment. She's glistening in the sun, but we're in a party, so there is no sun, maybe just fluorescent lighting, and everyone is looking at her.
Yes.
And it's like time stops when she walks in the room.
It's so random. It is actually a slow motion scene. I hate it.
And then they're all like, oh, I can't believe she's here.
You know what I
can't believe she came.
I hate her hair in this movie.
I love it. It's so voluminous.
I hate it. Is it a wig? What is it?
I literally love it.
I think it's too big for her head.
Her tits are huge. Her hair is huge. I love everything about it.
I can't stand it. There's just something about her. I'm just like, I don't like it.
Oh my God, I love it so freaking much. So much volume. It's like she has a bump it in her head.
It is, exactly. She has a bump in her head. But Jade.
A natural bump it.
Do you know who's the most super excited to fucking see her?
Preston.
Freaking Preston. He's like, oh, great.
Amanda Beckett.
It's my girl. She's here.
Activities.
Oh.
Cheerleading.
Yeah.
Homecoming queen. Junior prom queen. Senior prom queen. Future plans. Undecided. Quote, I'd rather see the world from a different angle. Jewel. I don't know who that is.
Must be a musician.
Oh, shit.
What?
Mike Dexter. I didn't do his.
Oh, yeah. What's his?
Mike Dexter. Rewind. We're going back to Mike. Activities. Varsity football. Varsity baseball. Varsity basketball. Varsity track. Homecoming king. Future plans. Ithaca College. Quote, just win, baby. Yeah. Al Davis. Owner of the Oakland Raiders.
Just win, baby? That's the worst
Just win,
quote.
baby.
That's the word. That quote doesn't mean anything.
They were like spot on with all of these quotes. Like that is so just win, baby. Like that is definitely something that will come out of his mouth.
I hate that. That doesn't even make any sense.
Kenny Fisher, picture me rolling. Freaking Tupac.
Yeah, that was the best. Okay.
Amanda Beckett has entered the room.
Yes, she has entered the room.
She's entered the chat.
Preston's excited to see her. Her friends see her.
And they all flock to her. They're like, oh my God. How are you doing?
How are you doing, darling?
How are you? How are you hanging up? Are you okay?
No,
do you need a tampon?
I don't. Well, maybe.
And then so while they're all like consoling her, she sees Mike. She's like, hi, Mike.
Hi, Mike.
And he doesn't even speak to her.
It's so awkward.
Rude. He just like laughs at her. Like, what the fuck?
Like, we didn't break up because you're angry at me. You just broke up with me. What the hell?
Right. Because you think you're better than me? I don't know.
Yes.
And then he laughs at her and she walks off. She's like, okay, whatever.
What a loser. So Amanda goes to consult her friends. Preston's hanging out.
Her friends go. Amanda's friends go to consult her.
Excuse me. And then while that's going on, Preston's talking to Denise. Console. Preston's talking to Denise. Denise is like, why are we here? Can we go home? Preston's like, okay. Now's my time to shine. I have to go talk to Amanda. Before they depart, Denise sees her old friend, Kenny, who they used to be best friends with. That'll come into play later. But Preston's like, okay, I'm going to go talk to Amanda now. He finds Amanda in a room with her friends, but it's not a good time. She's talking about how she's so over this whole high school scene. They were being like, you're like Brad Pitt and Gwyneth Paltrow and... But he's no Brad.
He's no Brad, but you're totally Gwyneth, and you're prettier than Gwyneth. And then they're like, but he is like the hottest guy in school. But then they're like, but of course high school's over. We love you.
Yeah,
and then she's like, I need y'all to leave me alone and get away from me.
So yeah, it's really not helping her case about the whole, I think high school is superficial and you guys suck. And it seems like she's coming to the realization that she doesn't like her friends.
Yeah, she doesn't like... anybody.
Yes,
she doesn't like Mike. She doesn't like her friends. She's just aloof. She really does. She's lost now.
Yeah,
she's a lost soul.
She's lost soul
floating around.
And then also see a little image of William. He has made his way inside the party. He told his geek friends before he left them that he plans to go inside and drink so that he could be,
he can infiltrate. He can fit in.
Yes,
be incognito. And not get kicked out of the party.
And it freaking works.
Not draw attention.
Yes. So, as the party goes on, we see unexpected turns and relationships and dynamics. And my favorite part of this whole film that I didn't mention yet is Love Burger Band.
Did somebody order a Love Burger?
They are the band.
Well done.
Excuse me, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt the punchline. They are the band performing there tonight at the party. I don't even think they get a chance to perform before they break up over issues of wardrobe choices.
Literally, they all have different vibes. The lead is dressed up like Prince. Then we have the black drummer who looks like a cowboy. Then we have the bass guitarist. He looks like Charlie Chaplin. And then we just like have a regular guy who kind of just looks normal.
Yeah. And we're passing out shirts.
And they're passing out shirts. And the argument arises like, you can't wear, one of the band members puts on the t-shirts that they meant to pass out. And he's like, the lead singer's like, you cannot wear the t-shirt of your own band. Those are for the fans. And then how that escalates into chaos, but it does.
Dude,
they don't even play a song.
They don't. That's a good point. Do bands ever wear their own t-shirts?
Yeah, he had a good point.
He does have a good point. I thought it was kind of stupid, but he actually does have a good point.
But at the
same
time, it's like, y'all are a nobody band.
Yeah, we have to start somewhere.
It's going to be like, oh my God, they're wearing their own t-shirts. Nobody even knows who y'all are.
So the party continues on, and so does Kenny with his quest to lose his virginity. And while he's chilling, I think he tries to hit on a couple girls with no prevail.
And side note, he's actually compiled like a list of the top 10 girls that he will be determining which one he will be losing his virginity to.
Did he?
Because he just thinks that all of these 10 women are flocking to him.
Were these a list of 10 women who are the hottest, or a list of 10 women that he thinks he has a chance with that are still hot? I couldn't tell that.
Who knows how he
determined.
He narrowed it down, but somehow he narrowed it down to 2 lucky women. 10 lucky women.
That's a lot of
women. And he's got to figure out which one of the 10 will be the lucky number 1.
What's wrong with this man?
He is
confused.
I'm very confused. Oh, Kenny Fisher.
But he gets denied.
Obviously. I mean, like, who would really want to be with anybody under 5'5"?
And dressed like that. And, like, talking like that, it's not helping.
Right.
So just when Kenny's down on his luck, he discovers an opportunity. He overhears a girl crying about how her boyfriend cheated on her, and that she plans to sleep with the first person that she sees at this party to get back at him. He cheated on her with a sophomore or something like that. Disgusting.
She's gonna beat him at his own game, she says. And of course, Kenny hears this girl telling all this information to her friend, and
that girl's famous too. The friend she's talking to. They
both are. Well, not both of them. Well, the girl who's crying about her boyfriend is either Courtney or Whitney. I don't remember which one.
Yeah.
From Bring It On.
And the other girl.
And then the girl who she is talking to. Yeah, we've seen her in things.
Yeah. I can't think of something. I can't think of what. Cougar Town? I don't know.
I want to say she's on. What's that show they used to have with Amanda Bynes?
Amanda Bynes?
Yeah.
Amanda Bynes.
What a Girl Wants? No, that's the movie. What I Like About You.
What I Like About You? I didn't even know she had a sitcom. I used to love
that show.
I'm not seeing her.
What I Like About You. It's a show.
Oh, yes, it is her. Yes.
She's on there?
Yeah. Leslie Grossman.
What else is she on?
Let's see. She was on American Horror Story. Oh, she's on the new American Horror Story. Sorry, random. The Good Place. You watched that? Don't you watch The Good Place?
I did, but I don't remember.
Miss Congeniality too? No. She's on something bigger. Where is it? She's on Nip Tuck. No. 10 Things I Hate About You.
She is on
the show.
I remember her being on American Horror Story, but I can't remember what she played.
She doesn't do a lot, which is weird because I feel like I know her face so well.
Right.
Which American Horror Story? She was on American Horror Story in 1984. That's a camp one.
I think she was on more than one.
Maybe she's on the recent one with Kim Kardashian.
Is she?
That. It's really bad.
I know she's done more than one season.
Yeah.
Anywho.
Okay. But yes, Kenny overhears them talking. He takes his opportunity and he goes up to talk to the girl. He says, yo, baby doll, don't you be crying your eyes like that. You so pretty. Tupac.
Oh, baby, please. Baby, please. You are way too fine to be looking this sad.
Don't gross. You sound just like him. Ugh.
Now, sweetheart, tell me what Special K can do for you. And then, she's like, hey, you know what you can do for me, Kenny?
What can
Meet me in the pool house in about 20 minutes. Yes. And he said, oh, sure, baby. Just give me like 20 minutes, 30 minutes to freshen up.
That's a long time. Okay.
Why? Yeah. Why did he need that much time?
He gotta go consult.
He's gotta go to his love kit.
Yes.
His book bag full of elixirs and potions and lubes
and
condoms, and get ready.
Yes.
So that's why he asked her for the extra 20 minutes, and she's like, "Okay, fine." And then Kenny walks off. She looks to her friend. She's like, he'll do.
Sure. It'll make a turd.
Kenny's on his way to the bathroom to get himself nice and ready for his first time.
But he finds, as he goes to the bathroom, a long, long line. He starts to wait in it, but then a whole bunch of drunk people, skip him, get into the line. He's like, F this. So he goes to consult the party host. He's like, yo, baby girl.
Whose hair is quickly becoming more and more
crazy,
entangled.
And she's yelling at people because, like, someone drew on her family portrait. She's like, who did this? So Kenny goes up to her and is like, hey, do you have another bathroom? She was like, there's one upstairs, but you can't use it because you're a regular person. No one's allowed up there. But then he, like, helps her out by ratting on the person who drew on the poster board. She's like, fine. You can go upstairs, but just make sure that you don't close the door behind you because the lock is kind of broken, whatever.
So he makes his way upstairs. He's doing all kinds of weird things. He's getting himself ready. He's pulling out condoms. He's wiping off his junk. I don't know. And he keeps the door, like she said, open. A little cracked. He doesn't close it. Meanwhile, Denise, who is now at this party by herself because Preston is on a mission to win Amanda Beckett heart.
Yeah.
She's sitting at the party. Preston is really her only friend, so she doesn't know anyone at this party. She's sitting around looking lonely, looking sad.
So sad.
She has no friends, no confidants, no companions in this whatsoever. And then someone throws a brownie at her face. So, as you do, someone throws a brownie at your face. What do? You go to the bathroom to go clean yourself off. She makes her way to the bathroom. Somehow she gets access to the second floor bathroom. She goes up there. She opens the door and she walks in to find a young Kenny Fisher, pants down, blow dryer in hand, condoms in mouth, and she is startled
condoms in
to
mouth,
say the least. She's like, what the fuck? And he's like, close the door. And then as she's looking at him in shock and puzzlement and fear, she backs into the door, accidentally closing it. As she goes to turn around and try to open it, it is now locked because, like the hostess had mentioned to us, the door handle is broken.
What kind of door is this?
Yeah, to where it just like you close it now, it's you're locked in.
I'm breaking the door down. Literally. I'm sorry. I'm just breaking the lock off the door.
It is hilarious.
Y'all need to get a new one anyways.
They are stuck in there for the remainder of the evening.
Of the party. So downstairs, Preston is back on his quest to, talk to Amanda. She's walked away from her friends that she doesn't like so much anymore. And she's sitting in a room by herself, being sad about the fact that she's hot, but doesn't have a boyfriend anymore. And Preston sees her. Amanda sees him. He takes this as his opportunity to walk up to her. But he runs into an old friend that tries to reconnect with him.
Who is just like, does not know how to read a room, doesn't know how to shut up,
sir.
And he's just like, hey, Preston, well, how you doing, man? How you doing, buddy? Hey, remember that time in 7th grade when we went on that field trip and you shit your pants and then you tried to hide your dirty drawers?
He threw up in a backpack. Do not do Preston that bad. But mind you, he's sitting right next to Amanda. But
so he threw up in a backpack. This dude is not reading the room. He's reciting this humiliating story about when they were like in the freaking 7th grade. And then Preston's like, that wasn't me. And he's like, yes, it was, man. And he's saying all of this right in front of Amanda.
Hello.
And who gets up? Amanda gets up or Preston gets up?
Preston runs away.
So he runs away. He's like, I've gotta get away from this situation.
But unfortunately for him, another man comes, Amanda's second cousin.
What's his name?
No idea. Does he have a name? I don't know.
Let's see. He does. I want to say it's Ron or Rod or something.
Did I write it down?
I don't know what it is about him. He makes me so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
He gives me the ick. Beyond belief. Like something about him.
Is it the fact that he's trying to hit on his second cousin? No.
I mean,
It could be.
Even that. Like, I think if they would have casted anybody else, I wouldn't have been so creeped out. But something about him just looks so creepy to me. I just feel like in reality, he is like that. Like, I don't know. He seems like the guy who touches women weirdly and makes them uncomfortable. Like, oh my God, just the thought of him makes my skin crawl just a little bit. Cousin Ron.
So Amanda, for the next couple scenes, she's going to be spending a lot of time with Cousin Ron. And she does open up to him. She tells him that... she flexes on her relationship with Mike Dexter, and she tells him that she has a fear of being alone and losing her identity as Mike Dexter's girlfriend.
Yeah, I feel like majority of the time that we see her in this movie is literally talking to him.
Yes.
They talk for like half the freaking movie.
You can she does. But you can tell like she's like, oh, finally someone's asking me my true opinion.
Right. She's getting vulnerable with Cousin Ron.
And she's like, finally, a guy that I don't have to worry about. You're my cousin.
Right.
Unfortunately, Cousin Ron is thinking otherwise, but we'll get to that in a bit.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you thought, sweetheart.
And we're going to also check back in with William, who's having a grand time at the party. He's making lots of friends. He's drunk as hell.
He is inebriated.
He's got a lot of girls. He's taking like body shots.
Yeah, he's taking body shots off of chicks. Like, he's the life of the party.
He sings Paradise City, take me down
to the Paradise City where the grass is green and the girls are pretty. Why don't you please take me home?
The girls go crazy for it. He gains a new addition of women that want to flock to him.
Like, literally, if someone had the best night at this party out of any of them, it's William. William had the night of his life. The lack of social outings, popularity, friendships that he lacked these 4 years at Huntington High, he made up for one night at this party. One night only.
I really wish he would have opened up. It seems like a fun guy.
He seems like a great guy.
It seems like everyone was drawn to him very quickly. He should drink more. Yeah, he should go out more. He should relax. Everyone seems to be drawn to him.
Everyone is literally drawn to him.
To the point where two girls at a time are going into the bathroom with him. The makeout room.
One girl's crying because she didn't get to go in the bathroom and make out with him too.
So he's having a great night. Also, Mike is continuing his crusade to get his fellas to break up with their girlfriends or check it in to make sure that it's happening and it's not looking right.
It's not looking right. So as William is on to the side having like the best night of his life, Mike's night is slowly getting like a little bit worse and worse. So they arrive to the party, all of the jocks, on this crusade. Hey, Mike broke up with his girlfriend. We're going to break up with ours.
Yes, that was the plan.
He got 3 friends. All 3 of them said they was going to break up.
All 3 of them got hot. Well, he got 3 of them? Yeah. All 3 of them hot girlfriends.
All 3 of them got hot girlfriends. So, remember, they're all friends with Amanda. So, Mike, he approaches one of them. He sees one of them making out with his girlfriend on the staircase.
What's going on?
He pulls them up. He's like, hey, man. What's up? Have you done it yet? And he's like, oh, hey, Mike, this one, he makes me uncomfortable, too. Does he not look like a weasel to you?
He does. He looks like white trash. He looks like
something white trash, like a white trash weasel. Literally, in this part, like this scene here, look, when they're there and they're like, oh, we should all break up with our girlfriends. And he's like, they suck. They suck. They suck.
Oh,
what is wrong
with
you?
He's
crazy.
He's like a white supremacist already. he's like an incel already.
Yeah, they suck. I'm like, what is wrong with him?
He was like, I've been waiting for this.
I'm like, is he on coke? Like,
he might be.
He's just like crazy to me.
I don't like him.
He made me so uncomfortable. Him and Cousin Ron. Anywho, so Mike pulls one of his friends up. We'll call him Jock number 3 because none of them have names.
No, too many people. in this movie.
Jock number 3. He pulls him aside and he's like, hey, have you done it yet? And he's like, look, Mike, girlfriend number 3's parents are out of town, and she was thinking that, I could sleep over. And you don't get it, Mike. Her parents, their bedroom has mirrors.
Ew, you guys cannot do anything in their parents' bedroom. That's disgusting.
Why do they have mirrors?
Because they're kinky.
That's so crazy.
They're into something. Also, why are they out of town doing their daughter's graduation?
That's what I was thinking. I was like, why are they out of town for her high school graduation?
Right.
That's insanity.
I was also wondering where the girl who's throwing a party were her parents
were.
Because, like, what?
Why are they not in town? For her.
Exactly. What's going on here?
This is where there's plot holes here. So he's like, look, Mike, I can sleep over. Her parents have mirrors. I don't know. I don't know anymore. And then Mike's like, whatever, bro. You freaking suck. And he's like, hey, Mike, no. Then he turns around, sees his hot girlfriend, is like, you know what, fuck it. I'm going to make out with my hot girlfriend.
Yes.
So he doesn't break up with her. So meanwhile, Mike goes over, he makes over his way to jock number 1 and number 2, who are now currently dancing with their girlfriends.
And their girlfriends are the hottest.
Number 1 and number 2. Now, they got the hottest.
The hottest ones.
Yeah. Girlfriend number 3, she's not all that. Them first two, yes. That's some bad bitches.
Not another teenage moving to black girl.
Yeah, I ain't breaking up with. I wouldn't break up with them neither.
No, no, hell no.
A young, what's her name?
Ooh, the black girl.
A young original Margot Robbie.
Yeah,
absolutely not.
What's the black girl's name? She looks familiar, but I'm not familiar.
She is. I think she was on that show with Steve Harvey. You remember? Mr. Hightower. What that show called?
Jamie Foxx show, huh?
I said Steve Harvey, so. Why would I be talking about the Jamie Foxx show?
I know, but
you think
Mr. Hightower?
But no,
I feel like it's Jamie Foxx.
No, that is Garcelle. Garcelle was on Jamie Foxx show.
Who's Mr. Hightower? I
just told you, Steve Harvey.
Tower. That doesn't sound right.
Mr. Hightower.
That's a Steve Harvey show. That's it.
I told you.
Well, you said. I thought you were asking me. Okay, but the name of the show is Steve Harvey show.
That's weird because his name is literally Mr. Hightower. Am I not wrong? Right?
What TV show was Mr. Hightower on? The Steve Harvey show. Steve Hightower.
Oh. Why would they call it this? Why would they call it the Steve Harvey show?
And then
his character is Steve
Back then,
Hightower.
we just had to pull people in.
That's so stupid. But she's on that show, is she not? Look up the cast.
You thinking this black lady? Because no,
that's literally her.
No. No way. She's wrong, ladies and gentlemen.
No.
R.I.P. We were right back.
No, well, hold on.
She's wrong. She admitted it. All fair. I promise.
Damn.
Dumped it.
I sure was wrong. Fuck. Damn, I hate being wrong. They got the same haircut.
Oh my God.
They literally have the same haircut.
That's not okay.
They look exactly alike. I'm going to Google a side by side and everyone's going to be like.
But what's her name? The black girl's name?
Which one?
The girl from Can't Hardly Wait. Is it girlfriend?
Tambola
Jones.
She's in a lot. The Woods, The Brothers, 2 Can Play That Game.
Oh, where is she? What do I know?
What Men Want. The 2019 version.
Yes, I remember her.
Next Friday. What is she doing next Friday?
Next Friday.
1-on-1. Maybe that's what I think she's in.
Oh, she's in Blue Streak.
She's in a lot of black stuff.
Yeah. That's a good one. I think she plays his girlfriend. Okay. Anywho, where were we? They're too hot. Mike walks up into his best friends dancing with their hot ass girlfriends. He's like, "Hey guys,"
pulls them aside. We need to talk. And he's like, "Did you do it?
Did I do it?"
And they're like, "Do what?"
Come again?
You know. And then jock number 1 is like, "Look, hey, we were gonna do it, man, but she does have a name, Beth. Why do I know that? Beth, girlfriend number 1, Jamie Presley. Her dad got us tickets to the, I don't know, freaking Mumford and Sons, Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah, older. Definitely not Mumford and Sons, but
not Mumford and Sons. Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Maybe.
I don't know. Some band concerts.
Yeah.
And we're gonna wait until then. And he's like, Mike's like, okay, well, when's the concert? Jock number 2 is like, August. And he's like, y'all freaking suck. Mike's like, I've had enough. Y'all are garbage. And he walks away. And what do they do?
Go back to dancing.
Go back to dancing with their hot ass girlfriends.
Yes. Stay in your lane.
You know what I read?
Oh, tell me.
When I was doing my research. Apparently, during the scene where he approaches them and asks them, if they've broken up with their girlfriends. Apparently, and when I read this, I was like, no, he didn't. Apparently, he has a child at this point in his life.
Which one?
Mike Dexter.
Okay.
The guy who plays him.
Yeah.
Apparently, he has a child at this point in his life, playing with his baby. Toddler. I don't know. It must have been a toddler. I don't know. Scratches him in the eye severely.
Oh, I did read that. Uh-huh.
And fucks up his face. And during that scene, you only see half of his face. And when I was reading it, I was like, no, you don't. You literally see his whole face. In the scene, you only see half of his face.
That's so funny.
The other half, it's like covered up by like a shadow.
Oh.
And they said that they had to do that to cover up the bruising and the scar on his face. On his eye. His eye was like closed shut.
Are dangerous, yo.
Yeah. And I was like, when I was reading it, I was like, we literally see his entire face. We see his face, but there is literally a shadow casted over it.
And they're saying just that scene or throughout the whole movie?
It's during that scene.
That's crazy. I would have been like, when she grew up, like, you almost ruined Daddy's career.
You almost ruined Daddy's acting career.
Murder. Okay.
I'm trying to figure out how old he was to where he had a whole baby.
I mean, he's got to be pretty old to eventually play Edward Cullen in a couple years.
Aren't in the movie in Twilight they're supposed to be like 35 as parents having like adopted children that are 17?
Yeah, but they're getting like 50. I don't think they look that young. 35, 45,
like 50,
40s.
Yeah, but aren't in the books they're supposed to be like 35 years old?
I can't remember.
They're supposed to be young. I remember that.
Okay, I can't remember.
Because they thought everyone was like, they're so young, but they have like adopted high school children.
Yeah, they're all young, yeah. Okay, back to the party. So outside, Preston, having been, trialed and failed, he's regrouping. He's outside sitting by the pool, and he's having this internal monologue, which at first appears to be with no one. But then we see that he's talking to this foreign exchange student that doesn't speak any English. And he's basically talking about the love letter that he wrote, and how he wants Amanda to see beyond her prom queen ways to give him a chance.
It's not just some sappy love letter telling her how my heart stops every time that I see her. It's in there. But it's not just to tell her how I think she's more than the homecoming queen, or Mike's girlfriend, or how there's this really amazing person inside of her that no one even bothers to see. It's in there too, but what it's really about is how she just give me a chance. Just one chance. Maybe we could find out if there's a reason for all of this. Why she's not with Mike tonight. And after 4 years, I'm still here with this letter.
I think that's weird.
And that's what he wrote in the letter.
I think he's kind of creepy.
I do think that's a little weird. Because you literally don't know her.
You don't know
she
her.
has no idea of your existence.
She has no idea who he looks like. Nothing.
She doesn't know he exists. Literally does not know he's a human being on this earth.
It's not cool. It's weird.
And he's like, I know you to be beyond the prom queen and Mike's girlfriend. But you don't, though.
You don't.
Y'all have never even held a conversation.
They never have. She could be an asshole.
She could literally be a Nazi, for all you know. And you wouldn't, because y'all have never spoken. A conversation. Ever.
She'd be the worst person imaginable.
She could literally be a psycho killer murderer. And he would not know.
I thought you were about to say, she can literally be a Nazi. I was like, okay, you're really on this Nazi thing.
I was going to say Nazi again, but I was like, I have to say something other than Nazi.
I was like, oh wow, you should really think this girl's a Nazi.
I wanted to say Nazi, but I was like, I have to say something other than her being a Nazi.
I saw it. I was like, dang, you really stuck on this. She could be a Nazi. I was like, all right.
I should have said it. I should have said she should have been Nazi.
That's where I thought you were going. Woo. So after expressing himself to the foreign exchange student, Preston is back in action. He's ready to hit the grounds again. He's ready to confess his love for Amanda. He heads back into the party, walks into the room to see Amanda, and then we get we're seeing different things. So right before he sees Amanda, we see Amanda talk to her cousin, Ron.
And she's, I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
She's, gotten real vulnerable with Ron, right?
Yes,
she's like,
vibing. Not like that though.
She's like, I understand why I dated him, but I don't know why I dated him so long. Yeah. And then he's like, well, why did you? And she was like, I don't know. She was like, when I was younger at my old, junior high school, I was a nobody. When I got to Huntington, Mike Dexter wanted to date me. I became Miss Popular overnight.
It's crazy.
And then that's all my identity ever was. I was Mike's girlfriend. And then he's like, so what changed? And she said, nothing. Nothing changed. Nothing. And that's what it is. That's the problem. Mike is still doing the same shit today that he was doing when we were freshmen, sophomores, and juniors.
Disgusting.
Giving the underclassmen wedgies and putting people's heads in the fucking toilet and all this shit. And he's the same.
So last year.
She's getting vulnerable. She's like, I don't know who I am outside of being Mike's girlfriend.
Thank you for opening up, Amanda. That was amazing.
Thank you. We love that.
And cousin Ron. What does Ron take from this, Jade?
He takes this as an opportunity. They're sitting on the couch. He says, you know what, Amanda? I really feel like I've gotten a lot closer with you because of this conversation. And what does he do? He places his hand on her knee.
Places his hand on her knee.
And then she's like, why is your hand on my knee?
Excuse-moi.
And then he takes it even further. And what does he do? He forces himself on top of her.
Yes.
I wouldn't even say he kisses her. He mauls her.
Yeah.
Like an animal.
It's her second cousin.
Like a tiger.
Gets on top
mauling
of
a baby gazelle.
Yes.
It's horrendous. And then, as this is happening, Preston walks in.
Poor Preston.
And all he sees is this guy making out with the love of his life, Amanda Beckett. And what happens? He's heartbroken.
Fate.
He's emotionally devastated.
Fake news, man.
He takes the letter that he wrote for Amanda and he throws it in the trash. Garbage. He pitches it.
Bye.
So much for fate. So much for Barry Manilow and his song.
BS. The world's a lie.
After Preston walks away, Amanda pushes Ron off of her. And she's like, what are you doing?
Gross.
And he was like, it's okay, baby. It's okay. And she's like, you're my cousin. And he's like, you were totally asking for it.
Eesh.
He says, you were practically begging for
Ooh,
it. And she
lock
says,
him up.
She says, that is not what I was doing. And then she's like, you are disgusting. You are my cousin. He's like, only by marriage. And then she walks off. And he's like, wait, Amanda, you're not going to tell my parents about this, are you?
So while that's going on, let's check back in with Denise and Kenny. So Denise and Kenny are still locked in the bathroom. No change there. And
Not much.
not much change
going
there.
on there.
But, while they're hanging out, they get to a talking. So
I wouldn't even say hanging out, while they're forced to be in a small confinement.
yes, with each other. So we learned that Denise and Kenny used to be childhood friends.
They go way back.
Before Kenny was a gangster.
Before Kenny was the gangster.
And before
the Eminem replica that he is today.
And before Denise was a total bitch.
Before they completely shifted as
yes.
human beings. They had sleepovers at each other's house.
So weird.
Like,
boy, girl.
I don't know. Did they go back to diapers?
I don't know, but definitely, yeah.
Right. But they were literally childhood friends,
yes.
like BFFs.
Gross.
And
okay.
She tells him to look in the mirror. Wake up, dude. You're white. And then he's like, what about you, little miss? I'm better than everybody. And she's like, I don't act like that. And he's like, oh my God, please. And then they start hashing up old shit.
She brings up the fact that he stopped talking to her because he wanted to be cool and popular. He wanted to sit at the popular table. And he wrote on her locker that Denise Flemings is a tampon. Yeah.
Whatever the hell that means. I'm not a tampon. I wear tampons, you bitch.
Yes.
That's what I would have said to that.
I would have said to that.
So he was so eager to be popular, and he stopped hanging out with her.
I blame him.
Yeah.
He's a problem.
Pretty much.
Preston has left the party. He is feeling sad. He's driving around. He somehow ends up at his now old high school's football field, and he's just talking.
Oh, that's where he is?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. That's what I think so. That's where I think he is. But he's basically just being like, why, Lord, have you forsaken me? I thought tonight was not. And he's like, I had everything right. I had the songs. Give me a sign, Lord. And while he's sitting on top of his car, he hears on the radio that Barry Manilow song again that he heard right before he went to the party about the dog or not about the dog, Mandy. Mm-hmm. And then he gets even bigger sign that Barry Manilow is going to be on this radio. Call in for any questions that you have.
E1Z, bringing all your phone calls for the one and only Barry Manilow.
Yeah.
That was really weird.
That was amazing.
I tried to do like a radio voice.
It wasn't bad.
I felt like I started to lose it.
I wasn't mad at it. I wasn't mad at it.
I feel like I've done better. Impressions.
Yeah, well, keep trying. I mean, I'm not going to write you a check for it, but that was fine.
That's fair.
So, Preston, he loves destiny. He loves signs. He follows the sign. He goes to his local payphone because there's no cell phones in this time. He has to go find a payphone. He wants
to call into Barry Manilow. Barry Manilow is on the line. He's taking phone calls, and he wants to ask him, last and for all, is the song Mandy about your dog? Or is it about a woman?
Or should I go find this girl? Should I go tell Amanda I love her?
And so he's sitting at the payphone. He's got his last quarter. He's been waiting on the phone for hours. He's on there. As he's sitting at the payphone, literally, the radio host is like, "What's your question for Barry Manilow?"
Which is crazy that he actually gets through.
Right. As he's on the phone, here comes this
out of nowhere.
Bitch, walking up out of nowhere. And she's dressed like a freaking angel. But she is no angel.
She's no angel.
And she knocks on the door to the payphone. And she's like, "Hey, hello." And he's like,
"Wrap it up.
I'm on the phone." And then she's like, "It'll only take a second." And he's like, "There's 2 other payphones." And he's like, "Yeah, but those are broken." And he's like, "I just put my money in." She's like, "It won't take long. It's kind of an emergency." And he's like, "Give me 1 second." As he's like, "Give me 1 second. Here they are. What's your question for Barry Manilow?" She opens the door, she pops in, and she presses a little button that declines or ends the call on the payphone.
That was not nice, lady. How did you know he wasn't a psychopath that was going to beat her up?
There was no one around. He was within his bounds.
To smack a bitch.
I'm swinging on her. I swear to God. Because how you bust into somebody's... You don't know. I don't care if he's on Radio 1, FMZ, whatever.
I just got in here.
Like, don't open the door and press click on my phone call. Who are you?
Who are you?
And then she pushes him out of the way, makes her way into the payphone. And he's like, "Excuse me?"
Are you crazy?
And then she's like, "I think my phone call is just a little bit more important than yours." And he's like, "You don't know that. You don't know what I was calling for." So lo and behold, her car broke down. She's a freaking stripper. She's half naked. Her car broke down.
She's at a
so she needs to call a cab. You'll be fine.
She could have waited like 5 minutes.
She literally could have waited 5 minutes.
So she exits from her call. They get into a screaming match. He's like, "What are you doing?" She calls him a weirdo for calling Barry Manilow. And then he's like, "Maybe I am a weirdo." And then she feels bad. She's like, okay, kid. Okay, I'm sorry. And then she decides to tell this story about her fate, or like how she had a similar thing for a celebrity.
Scott Baio. Happy Days. Johnny loves Chachi. And she, tries to make him feel better. So she goes on about this story about how, if you really want someone, you gotta give it up to the universe, but the universe will only get you so far.
Yes.
And then once the universe gets you there, you gotta take it into your own hands. So she's talking about how she had this huge freaking crush on Scott Baio when she was like a teenager. And he was doing some press tour for some TV show, and he came to their local mall. And she was there. And she's standing right in front of him. I think she was like getting his autograph or something. He said hi to her. And she froze. Like a statue. She didn't say anything. She was so nervous. She was shitting herself. It's Scott Baio, the love of her life, standing right in front of her. She did nothing.
Yes.
And the opportunity came and gone. And she always thought to herself, what if? What if I would have said something? Would we be married right now with 3 freaking kids living in the Los Angeles Hollywood Hills? Who knows? And she's like, but the universe will only get you so far. Preston, yes. You have to do the rest of the work. And then he's like, that was beautiful.
Yes.
That was beautiful.
Yes.
And he's like, good luck. And then so she gets in the car. She goes on her merry way.
Yes. So Preston's going to go back to the party. He's going to confront Amanda and tell him that
when the universe sends you an angel, it's just like...
Yes. That's another sign.
Yeah. It's like, okay.
So... Back at the party, Amanda is...
He goes back to the party.
And then Amanda's still there. She's sulking around. She's hanging around. And then, lo and behold, she finds a letter sitting in front of her.
Somehow, the letter that Preston has thrown away has made its way out of the dumpster.
Now that is fate. Now that might be destiny.
In front of Amanda Beckett.
Now that part is fate.
It traveled.
Yes.
Somehow, the girl was getting the yearbook out of
someone threw the yearbook in the trash. Same trash can. Preston had threw the letter in. She uncovers it.
So she's shifting through the trash and she's throwing things out. So she throws out the letter. The letter falls to the ground. Then some girl has gum on the bottom of her heel. She walks on top of the letter. Now the letter's stuck at the bottom of her heel. She walks into the party. Somehow, I don't know how it got off her heel. It makes its way to like the turntables of the party.
Yeah.
The DJ on the turntables. The letter's there. And it spins off, landing into like a bowl of Chex Mix that is now sitting in front of Amanda Beckett. And that's how she gets the letter.
If only. Love it.
That is a stretch.
Yes. I love it.
But we'll take it.
So Amanda sees the letter addressed to her. She opens it, sees that it's from Preston, and she loves the words inside the letter. And she's like, I have to figure out who this Preston guy is.
Yes. These words are so beautiful.
Lovely.
So kind. So true. But who wrote it?
I don't know.
Preston? I have no idea who that is. So now she's on the mission to find the one and only Preston Myers.
She asks a multitude of people. She asks this one girl, do you know who Preston is? Yeah, I know who Preston is, but you wouldn't know because you're Amanda Beckett and you're so full of yourself and you don't know anything. You're all sheep.
You wouldn't take the time out to get to know an interesting soul like Preston or an interesting soul like me, for that matter.
Work it, girl.
You would just like to run around and boss around your little sheep. You're all sheep.
Amen.
Sheep.
I like
a crazy
that girl.
person.
Oh, I like her. Then she meets these two potheads, one of them being
Jason Segel.
I think this is one of his first films, if not his first. And they're freaking high. And she asks them, so what does Preston look like? And they're like,
Preston? I don't know. Well, his hair is I don't know. Brown.
No, it's not really brown.
Oh, he's tall.
Yeah. He's kind of tall. Sort of tall. And he's like always wearing like t-shirts.
Yeah.
So he's sort of tall.
Kinda.
With hair.
Yeah.
And he wears t-shirts sometimes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's it?
Yes.
Well, I mean, he's Preston. It's Preston.
and they're super high, and they're giving her nothing. So she spent the rest of the time looking for Preston with no avail. Back to Trip. He's sad. None of his friends broke up with their girlfriends. So now he's chilling at the party by himself. He's outside. He's hanging out.
And then while he's sitting there, here comes... Oh my God, what is his name? Trip McNeely!
Trip
McNeely.
The one and only, baby.
So Trip McNeely is literally like... If they graduated in 1998, he's like the 1997 version of him.
Yeah.
They're the same versions of each other. Trip McNeely is literally just 1 year older than him.
But yet he's at this party?
Because he has nothing else to do, because he's a loser. Yeah.
That's crazy.
So Trip McNeely, who's now must be a freshman in college, he's at this high school party, loser, and he sits down to Mike, and, you know, they're shooting the shit. He's like, oh my God, Trip McNeely. He's like gushing, fangirling over Trip. And...
life.
He's like, tell me everything. Tell me all the stories. What's college life? La 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 la. I bet you're getting so much tail and so much ass. And then Trip is like, no, man. Not even a little bit. And then Mike's like, wait, what? And he's like, high school girls are just so different from college girls. College girls, they just want to, you know, date seniors and, you know, be in serious relationships. And,
get a degree.
Get a degree and have value.
Yeah, the nerve.
He's just like... I can't even get any luck with the girls in my grade, let alone, you know, a sophomore, a junior, a senior. Be for real. No one wants to look at me. It's like I'm an underclassman.
And then he also mentions that he did something very similar to his girlfriend.
Yeah.
Back when he was a senior.
And he is saying how he wishes he hadn't broke up with Janine. Who was like, I guess, the freshman college version of Amanda Beckett.
Yeah. And
he's like, I wish I hadn't broke up with Janine, man. And he's like, when I tried to get back together with her, she had already moved on to some senior. Pre-med. Can you believe that? And then Mike's like, oh my God, what? He's stunned by the information that Trip is giving him.
Not good.
And then Trip goes, well, what about you? Like, Amanda Beckett, you're still with her. She was a nice dime piece if I ever saw one. And then Mike's like, yeah, you bet your ass we'll still together. And he's like, yeah, bro, hold on to her for as long as you can.
Hold her tight.
It's rough out there, bro. It's rough.
Damn right it is.
And then Trip gives him those parting words, and he kind of gets up and he leaves.
Yes.
And then Mike's like, all right. Trip McNeely!
It's so weird. So at this point... cut back to Denise and Kenny. They're still in the bathroom. They have calmed the frick down. They're reminiscing in the most positive way. And it leads to Kenny kissing Denise, the lesbian.
Oh my God, be for real. She's
That's
not
okay.
gay. Her hair's just short. So Kimmy kisses her, and at first she's like, and then he's like, and they're like, and then she kisses him back, and then they're like, they're literally that mean, but that girl, and she's like,
the kombucha girl.
That's literally what they're doing, and they just after a while they go for it. They're like, okay. Let's do this. And so they're like, you know what? Let's just go for it. Let's dig in. Let's dive in.
My information.
They have sex.
They do it.
Huh? Yeah.
I actually like them. Their little sex scene. I think it's adorable.
Oh, I don't enjoy it.
You don't like it? He's so freaking tiny compared to her.
Yeah.
He's like a little baby on top of her.
Literally.
It's like he's half her size.
I'm not into it that much.
Whew. Wish him the best of luck. Okay. So now we're back downstairs at the party. Mike, having just talked to what's his name? Trip McNeely, stressed the hell out. Where's Amanda? I have to fix this.
I have to find her.
I have to find her.
He is on a mission to find Amanda Beckett. He runs to that party and he's like, Amanda! Amanda!
Have you seen Amanda?
Have you seen Amanda? And he's like half drunk and he's like, Amanda! Amanda!
And unfortunately for him, he finds her. Should have, not have. Unfortunately.
Unfortunately
About to
for
get
him,
dragged
he
for a film.
finds her. And he's like, he goes up to her and he tries to kiss her.
Does he?
Yes.
Girl.
And she pushes him off and he's like, what are you doing? She's like, what are you doing?
Why is everyone trying to molest this girl tonight?
Literally. And then she's like, what are you doing? And he's like, I can't give my girlfriend a kiss. And she's like, ex-girlfriend.
Yes.
And he's like, yeah, I've been meaning to talk to you about that. Can we talk in private? And she's like, no. Whatever you got to say to me, you can say in front of all these people.
Lordy.
And then he's like, okay, well, I think we should get back together. And she's like, why?
I think not.
And he's like, what? She's like, why? Give me a reason. And he's like, and she's like, actually, you know what? Fuck that. No.
Yes.
And she's like, no, we're not getting back together.
It's done.
And he's like, I think you should really reconsider what you're saying right now. And then she's like, reconsider what? She's like, I don't want to be with you no more.
You're childish, self-centered, and you're a jerk. I don't want to be with you.
And then she's like, I can actually find someone who really wants to be with me. And he's like, whatever, Amanda. And he's like, who's gonna love you? And she's like, somebody.
Wait, my favorite part is
He
when he says Amanda.
And then the black dude laughs.
Choke the hell out.
He laughs and his girlfriend hits him. And
He's like,
shut up.
Like, he was like, that was the best thing I heard
He
in
was
forever.
like, that was hilarious.
I'm like, what?
He's like, Amanda.
Right.
And then she's like, well, somebody will love me. And he's like, more like nobody. And she's like, gee, Mike, you really got me there.
Good one, buddy.
And she walks off, leaving him still single, embarrassed, and humiliated in front of his entire senior class.
And everyone's laughing at him.
And someone calls him the F word.
Sorry. It's when he confesses to William right after.
And he's like, someone in there called me an F word.
Cracks me up. Ooh.
So, you know what I love about this movie?
Tell me.
Just like in Not Another Teen Movie, they have like the people like shouting out random
stuff in the background.
We don't see them, but we hear them screaming. I love it.
Can we get more from that for movies, please?
Yes.
So following this breakup or second breakup or just this humiliation, Amanda walks off and she's immediately hounded by men.
Literally,
boys.
After this breakup, literally, if not every dude at the party goes up to her and he's like, Amanda, what you did was like really awesome. I would love to take you to the back of my car and like undo your bra.
It's actually really weird how sexual they are to her.
How they all sexualize her. It's
like
really
one
weird.
of them is like, Amanda, I never told you this, but like freshman year you gave me a boner.
Yeah, we danced at a dance and you gave me a boner. And then someone else was like, Amanda, and then he just like stops, looks at her boobs, and he's like, God, you're hot. And then she's like, oh my goodness.
Like, is she that sexual? What?
Have you never seen a woman before?
What?
It's just really
It's
peculiar.
weird. I'm like, what image of her did y'all have? Of her, like, that y'all thought y'all could just objectify her to her face? Is crazy.
I guess that's what happens when you're popular and people don't see you as a human. They see you as just
That's
an
true.
object of their
That is
affection.
true.
So, after being hit on and sexualized for the umpteenth time at this party, she's fed up.
I'm done.
But
I'm out.
As she has reached her freaking peak, this is the moment that Preston Myers has now emerged. He has a newfound confidence. He just talked to the angel stripper, and he's like, I've got to talk to Amanda. This is the opportunity. We're meant to be together.
He's trying to find her, and unfortunately, he does find her.
Unfortunately, he finds her.
He finds her.
So he finds her. He finds Amanda. He runs up to her, and he's like, Amanda, I've been looking all night for you. She stops. She listens. And he goes on, and he says, look, if you could just give me like 5 minutes, and we could go somewhere. And she says, oh, my God, I've had enough. What is wrong with you?
What is wrong with y'all?
You are just like every other guy at this party.
Preach.
Have been sexualizing some weird, twisted fantasy that we shared for 5 seconds that you've probably been carrying on for the last 4 years of your life that meant literally nothing to me. And you have been using this as some weird, twisted fantasy, and you've been obsessing over me for the last fucking 4 years. But guess what? Y'all are all weird, and I'm not into any of you. Leave me alone.
I feel like she was very correct about William because it is kind of weird. Like,
yeah, no, Preston. But she is right. He has been fantasizing over this one incident that happened 4 years ago that she has no recollection of whatsoever.
She just weird.
It's weird. So she has now embarrassed the second gentleman of the night.
Make it more.
Party.
Make it 10.
Yeah,
keep it going.
She's just reading dudes left and right at this party. So she has embarrassed Preston.
Yes.
And everyone's laughing. Some people are clapping. And, you know, she runs off. She scurries off. She's had her moment. And Preston is left there brokenhearted, crushed.
He said, I'm gonna leave the party for the 18th time. I'm out.
This is it.
I'm done. Good night, everyone.
We're done.
I'm done. So, someone else tonight also has, a plan, and that is Williams. He kind of forgot about it for a little bit because he got really drunk. He's having a great time, but he's seen Mike get embarrassed, and he's like, oh, yes.
That's why I'm here.
That's why I'm here.
Embarrass Mike Dexter.
So Mike runs off to another room to cry about how everyone's embarrassed. Everyone is yelling at him and being mean to him, and someone called him the F word, and I'm not cool anymore.
Yeah, my friends ditched me. My girlfriend broke up with me, and someone in there called me an F word.
And then William walks into the room. He's like, Mike, come outside with me. Come to the pool house. There's something cool back there. Come with me. Come on. And then Mike turns to William,
and he just starts crying in his arms.
He hugs him and he
William's
cries.
Like, what the fuck?
What is this?
William's like very confused. And he's like, it's gonna be okay, buddy. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
And then so in this moment of
bromance, consoling,
they start to bond.
They have a heart.
They're both drunk. Somehow it turns to them sitting at the piano together, having some laughs, drinking some brewskis. They are literally overnight best friends.
Yes.
They are now
BFFs.
brothers.
And then it also helps that Mike apologizes to William.
Oh, he sure does.
Hey, you remember that time where I tripped you in front of the whole school and everyone laughed? He's like, yeah, earlier today at graduation. He's like, yeah, I'm really sorry about that.
Oh, that's hilarious. I missed that part.
I got it the second time. He's like, remember you tripped me? He was like, yeah, earlier today at graduation. It's like, yeah, I'm really sorry about that.
So he apologizes for all the mean things that he did.
Well, he apologizes for one thing. I feel like there's a list that
the list definitely is.
But it's a start. William's a nice guy, so he's like, forget about it. He's like, William's really like, forget about it. It's no big deal. I wasn't trying to make everyone think you were gay tonight.
Water under the bridge.
Yeah, nothing that you've ever done has affected me. It's cool, dude.
Ever.
Yeah. So those two are going to be bromantics for the rest of the night. Okay, so back to Amanda. She's told off Preston. She's leaving the party, and guess who she runs into? Yearbook girl. Amanda, can you send me yearbook?
And then
I know you've been having a hard night, and everyone's trying to grope you.
But sign my yearbook.
Sign my yearbook.
So Amanda, she's like,
okay.
Sure, fine, whatever. So she goes to sign the yearbook, and then she thinks, oh my goodness, yearbook. I can look up who Preston Myers is.
Yeah.
This guy who wrote this amazing love letter to me. So she flips through the yearbook, she sees his picture, and she's like, oh crap. This is the guy who I just humiliated in front of this party.
Yeah.
And she's like, shit. And she runs off. And then she's like, you didn't sign The yearbook.
What are we doing here?
But it's fine, I guess.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Okay. So the night has gone on, and as the night's coming to an end, what's the one thing that ruins parties?
Cops!
The frickin' leaf.
The po-po has arrived.
No,
It's a raid.
Wee-oo.
Girl, they start fleeing like roaches.
Roaches, there we go.
Scattered teenagers everywhere. They're leaving out in a hurry, left and right.
They're abandoning girlfriends.
They're
Drunk
leaving their
girlfriends.
girlfriends.
Fine.
Like, oh my goodness. Whatever. So, William and Mike
Still hanging out.
They see that the police are here.
Gotta go.
And this is so cute. He's like, Mike's like, hey, Willie, we can hide over here. He starts calling him Willie. I was
that's
like,
adorable.
Oh, that's so freaking cute. He's like, follow me, Willie. We can hide behind the pool house. And then William's like, okay, sure. And then he's like, the pool house?
Wait, no.
He's like, no, Mike.
No.
And he tries to chase after him. But Mike's like a jock. He moves fast. William can't keep up.
He's drunk as hell.
And then, of course, they make their way to the pool house. This is the moment that William's nerdy friends have been waiting the entire night for.
The whole night.
They jump down. They jump on top of Mike and William.
They chloroform.
Put the chloroform to their face.
Where do they get that from?
I don't know.
Did they make
made
that?
it in Chem Lab. He said it.
Oh.
The chloroform that we made in Chem Lab.
That's concerning.
You know he can make chloroform.
I know he can. I'm scared.
Anything and everything.
I'm scared. Don't do that.
Right. Get in the wrong hands.
Yes.
Be chloroforming women left and right. Anywho, so they put the chloroform to their face, rendering them unconscious. They strip them naked of their clothes down to their breeches.
You don't need
They
these.
insert some really weird items. There's like a rubber chicken, like a ladle.
They put like red pom-poms over their nipples or something.
Like really weird things.
Yeah.
And then they put them in a embrace.
Yes.
And then they take the Polaroids, they take the pictures. And then once they take the pictures, the nerds realize, oh crap, this is William. They're like, what do we do? They hear the cops coming. They make a run for it. They leave their friend in the dust.
No time.
I mean, what could they really do? How do you wake them up? And they could probably lift up William.
Yeah.
Maybe. They can't lift up Mike.
But William didn't deserve it. He left them on the roof. They should have all been in there partying.
That wasn't their fate.
It wasn't their fate. You're right. It wasn't.
So.
Party's over.
Party's over.
But
yeah. William and Mike are picked up by the police.
Oh yes, arrested. I don't know what's going on, but let's just take them downtown.
What the hell? They're like, I don't know what this is, but book them.
Yes. So the party is ended, but there's still 2 people left in this house that cannot get out.
That is Kenny and Denise. So they've just had sex. And it is completely, utterly, horribly awkward, terrible, bad, wasn't good.
What do we do now?
So they separate from each other and they're putting their clothes on. And Denise says something to the effect of, it gets,
just next time, just make it longer.
It gets better. And then Kenny's like,
nah, it gets better.
What? And she's like, next time, like, you can go for longer. And he's like, what? And she's like, that's not what I meant, but like, and then he's like, how do you know it wasn't you? And then she's like, what? And then so this whole time he's turned off the black scent.
Yes.
He's turned off the black scent. And then he goes like, well, how do you know it wasn't you? And then she's like, well, and then he turns the black scent on. He's like, baby, maybe you just not my flavor. And she's like, okay, you're an asshole.
You're done.
And you're done.
You're done.
You're done. You're done. You're done. You're done. And she puts her clothes on and she's like, you're an asshole. And he's like, wait, Denise, that's not what I meant. But before he can really plead his case, in walks the party host, whose hair is now disheveled.
It's a rat's nest.
She has reached a new peak of anger, anxiety, and stress. She walks in and she's like, what are you doing in here? And then they're like, we couldn't get out because of the door. And then she's like, oh, I'll help you. Get out. And she takes Kenny's book bag. She throws it out in the hallway. Like, Denise is like half naked trying to put on her bra. And she's like, oh yeah, and you should fix this door. And then she's like, fix the door? Fix the door? I'll fix
you. Get the hell out of here if I murder you.
She's like a woman possessed.
She's my favorite.
And so they get out of there. And then Kenny's like running after. He's like, Denise. And Denise don't want no parts of him.
No. But then we see Denise walking home in the dark by herself. Kenny, who
is following her
in his car.
In his very large expedition,
honey. He's
or
like,
is it Escalade? Like, it's a huge car.
Yeah, it's huge. For a high schooler, it's like a mom mobile.
A Tahoe. He's like in somewhere.
Yeah.
Really big.
So he catches up to Denise in his car and he pulls over. He's like, Denise, can we talk? I'm so sorry about what I said. I didn't mean it. And she apologizes. Because honestly, Denise, why would you say that?
Like, why would you say?
Why would you say that?
Well,
no, now's not the time. 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 Maybe if he asked, but now is not the time. Like, could you imagine? No, now is not the time for you to critique anything. He just lost his virginity the first time. You look to someone and say, you know what? That kind of sucked.
She didn't say that. She said, next, it gets better.
But it was fine for him.
It could go for
longer. He knows that. Shut up.
He's like, what are you, some kind of expert? What, you said you've done it like one time before?
She didn't have to say that.
So
he apologizes. She apologizes. It's water under the bridge. They kiss. They're gonna be fine. So it's been a long night.
That was a really quick turnaround for them.
I liked it. I mean, like, it wasn't like that's not harp over this. I'm glad it wasn't drawn out.
The movie's only an hour 20 minutes.
Yeah,
so I guess we really didn't.
But it did. I mean, could you imagine being like, we broke up because?
But literally, it's like she's like, fuck you, and then the next scene they're like, she's like, okay, fine, I forgive you.
I like that.
I feel like there should have been a scene in between. But
anyway, you know, the walk home, everyone calms down. Let's think about what happened. I feel like it helped that they both felt bad for what they said.
They reconcile.
Yes, it's the next morning.
William
wakes up in prison.
He wakes up in a jail cell. He's hungover. He's drunk. He's like, oh my god, he has a headache. He's like, oh, where am I? The police officer comes into the cell and he's like, William Lichter, your bail has been posted. And then he's like, what? Oh my god. And he's like, yeah, your parents are here to pick you up. And he's like, oh my god, are they angry? Are they upset? My father, does he have a weapon, a gun, a rifle? Is he gonna kill me? And then the cop's like, no, your parents actually feel a little bit sad for you, honestly, more than anything. They're concerned. But anyway, it's really not your fault, says the police officer, that Mike Dexter forced you to drink alcohol, then taking off all of your clothes and rendering you unconscious. And then William's like, what? No, yeah. Sure. And he's like, yeah, that's the statement that we got from the Dexter kid. And he's like, yeah, that Mike always, bullying me and, what are you going to do, And then he's like, yeah, well, take it easy on that alcohol. You might get addicted. And William's like, yeah.
That was very cool of Mike.
It was very nice of him to take the fall.
I don't know. I wonder, did he do that just to like, okay, I'm gonna help him out, or like, I just want to get this over with? But
I think it was I didn't think of it as like I'm gonna help him out. I thought of it as
this is the easy way out.
I want it to be, if this gets out, I want it to be known that I was bullying him.
Oh,
that's how I took it.
Yeah,
like, I bullied him into this, like a bully.
Also, it wasn't a cool thing. Yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Oh, but I can see why William thought it was cool. Poor William. Oh, he's such a nice guy.
I love William.
Love him.
William's my favorite character in this movie after Kevin.
No, love.
I gotta have sex tonight.
Love Burgers is my favorite people. That's my favorite crew. I will say, we didn't mention that they reconcile at the end of the night and they play one last song, and they try to do.
They literally don't play a song.
They don't. We don't see them.
They can't decide what song to play.
Yeah, they don't. Oh, they don't. But they reconcile. Also, yearbook girl, William threw her yearbook in the pool. So.
Oh, he does.
So that's that.
So she never gets all those signatures.
But okay, it's that morning. Preston meets up with Denise at their local diner. And he is shocked to hear that the night before, Denise and Kitty had relations. And not only that he is in the diner waiting for her to talk and date and do their thing.
And study real bad.
study real bad. I was like,
you know what I heard out? What I heard recently? You know the term going steady?
Yeah.
Did you know it is in fact going steady, as in STEADY,
and we just
not STUDY, like studying. Did you know that?
No.
You thought it was we're going study. Like study, like I'm reading a book.
Yeah.
That's what I thought too.
Did we turn into that?
No, it's always been we're going steady. We're going steady.
Okay. Thank you for that. The showmanship of the word. We're going steady.
Because I want you to know, not study. We're flipping the books and we're reading. We're going steady.
So there's no way that we all have been saying it wrong. Or some people saying it right, and
this is how I figured it out. I was playing a prank on one of my teammates, Reagan. We went out. I was sitting next to this white boy in this picture, and she was like, "Who is this?" I was like, "Girl, that's my boyfriend. We're going steady." And she was like, "What?" She was like, "I was like, we're going steady," and she was like, "What the? You're studying together?" She was like, "You're in school again? What are you talking about?" And I'm like, "You've never heard the term we're going study?" And then she was like, "You mean we're going steady?"
It's like, no.
And then I was like, "No, bitch." And then I tried to tell her because she's younger than me. I'm like, "Oh my God, you're so young. You don't know anything."
From the 50s.
I was like, it's a term from the 50s. Yeah. People use it when they're talking about being in a relationship with somebody. And then she pulls it up. She pulls up like on Google. And it says going steady. She was like, "You mean going steady, bitch?" And I was like,
there's no way.
Right now?
There's no way she knows.
No, it's literally we're going steady.
Did you try to look up going steady?
I looked it up.
Nowhere.
There is no we're going steady.
Is it just us two that have been saying it wrong, maybe?
Apparently so. Everybody else knows it's going steady. Which
I like going steady.
Because I thought it's a 50s term. We're going steady. Like, ooh, we're going
this is the only time we can hang out. We're studying.
We're hanging out, reading books and flirting and doing our homework together. Yeah. Which means we're dating. I thought that too. Yeah.
Is this the Mandela effect? Are we in a time warp?
I don't know. But when she said it's going steady, I was like, you're joking.
I have to make sure that other people also thought it was going steady.
Yeah.
I'm going to research this after.
Because there's no way. Writes down. Going steady.
Jesus.
I was stunned. I was like
shocked. There's no way.
My whole life is a lie.
Right. Taught by some child.
That's crazy. Where were we at?
So
why did we segue into that?
Because Denise and Kenny are going steady.
Yes. And then so Denise is telling him, Preston, like, "Hey, yeah, I hooked up with Kenny last night.
Maybe it is fate."
And he's like, "What the hell?" And then so she's like, "Okay, whatever. Enough about me. Amanda, did it happen?" And he's like, "Did you give her the letter?" And Preston's like, "Yes." And she's like, "So anything?" And he shakes his head in disappointment and is like, No, it didn't happen."
Mm-mm.
And she's like, "It's fine." And then so she says something to the effect of, "You know what, Preston? The universe do be universing."
Yes, I do believe in it.
But sometimes it just be doing it in weird ways.
Right.
And the Preston's like, "Yeah, especially in your situation."
LOL.
And then they say their goodbyes to each other.
Goodbye.
Because we failed to mention this day, the day after the party.
Yes.
Preston is heading off to Boston. I guess that's where Dartmouth is.
No, he's going on a writing workshop.
Oh.
No, he's not going to college yet. He's off to a writing workshop for.
But Dartmouth isn't in Boston?
It's in New Jersey. No, it's in New Hampshire.
Oh. So I guess he's not going to Dartmouth. Anywho,
yes, Preston is off to the train station. But before we catch him at the train station,
him and Denise say their goodbyes to each other.
Yes. And they go off to the train station. Denise goes back into the diner. She sits next to Kenny, and she looks like she has regret on her face.
Everything that she's done in the last 24 hours, she's like, why did I
do that? Like, her face is full of regret. And then we get like a still. Of their image.
That, yeah.
Like a freeze frames on their face. And then it says that Denise dumped Kenny. 10 minutes later, they found a bathroom and got back together.
Yes. So that concludes the story of Denise and Kenny.
How long do you think they date? Because it's not that long.
I think they make it through the summer.
Okay, that's fair.
She goes off to NYU. He goes off to UCLA. There's not going to be.
Yeah,
much for
I was
them.
gonna give it a year, but yeah, summer's
A
good.
year? Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. And then
Those
William
two.
comes after a long day. He comes into the diner. I guess he was trying to grab some food, maybe take it to go. Who knows? Then he sees his old pal Mike.
Sitting with jock number 1, 2, and 3.
Yes.
Meanwhile, those freaking 4 idiots are having a conversation about how they still should break up with their girlfriends. I'm like, y'all are
Losers.
still on this. And then Mike is like, that's what I'm telling y'all, bro. Y'all should break up with them. And they're
Don't
like,
do
yeah,
it.
maybe we should. And he's like, I'm telling you.
So
And
stupid.
then so enters William. He sees Mike. And he's like, Mike, buddy.
Ugh.
They're all sitting in a booth. And he tries to like slide in. And Michael, shoves William to the side so quickly.
No.
And he's like, hold on, nerd.
No.
What do you think you're doing?
I hate it.
And then William's like, and he's like, beat it, Urkel.
No, it's not nice.
And he like slaps him on the face. It breaks my heart.
Rude.
It breaks my heart.
But this makes me feel better. Then we get a
This
freeze.
makes me feel a little bit better. We get a freeze frame.
Okay.
We get the conclusion of William's story. William became one of the most popular students at Harvard.
Yes.
He formed his own computer company that has made him worth millions, and he has been dating a supermodel.
Work, William.
In Michael's face. Because we also get the conclusion of Mike Dexter's story.
Tell me it.
And it is not as successful and pretty as William's. Mike went to college. But after drinking too much, lost his football scholarship.
Ha.
He ended up 40 pounds overweight and working at a car wash. A job he lost when incriminating Polaroids surfaced. Those Polaroids are the Polaroids
Yes.
of him and William,
Yes.
half naked, with weird sex toys around
What
them.
do you think? Do you think William released those?
Oh,
Because where did they get?
It has to have been.
Or maybe the police had them. Where did they get them? Did the nerds drop them, or did they take them with them? Where did Where did the Polaroids come from? Because at the end of the film,
the universe. It's the universe. This movie's all about the universe.
And then we're at the train station.
All right, here we go. The final story.
The story we're here for.
We're all been waiting for. Preston. He arrives at the train station. Why is he taking a train? Where's you live in California? You're taking a train to Boston. Where's the airplane? That's absurd.
Maybe he wants like a scenic
That
something.
doesn't make any sense. Is there even a train that takes you from LA to Boston?
The way you're looking at me.
Does that even exist?
We took a train from New Orleans to freaking Chicago.
We did.
That would never again.
That
But
was
yeah,
crazy.
I'm sure.
We did do that.
It took a day, 24 hours.
I think it took 8 hours.
It did not. It took a whole day.
Did it really?
It took the morning. We slept on the train and we woke up in Chicago. It took 24 hours.
Did it
Jade.
really?
I
wonder how much did that cost?
I don't know if it was worth it. I remember being.
I feel like for all that, we could have gone on a plane.
I don't know. Maybe it was cool
Maybe
or
it's
easier
hard
for
to-
them. I remember being miserable. I remember
thinking it was such a cool experience.
it was the first 3 or 4 hours on there, and then when it got dark, and I remember sitting on the train and it would like stop, but it stopped so slowly.
Mm-hmm.
And it was driving me insane. I would look out the window, couldn't see anything, and when it would speed up so slowly. And I couldn't sleep. I freaking hated it. I was like, "Is this
I remember thinking
purgatory?"
it was so cool. I was like, "Oh my, this is so cool! I've never been." on
It
a
was
train
when we were playing
before."
Uno. You remember that? We were like sitting on the ground playing Uno. That was fun. And
No,
then
I don't remember
it got
all that.
old.
But
Anywho,
he's taking a train to Boston. Weird. So he's got his bags. He's packed. He's headed to the train station. He's at the train station. And then Amanda comes. She's like, "Wait, Preston, it's me, Amanda Beckett. Hello." She goes up to him. She's like, "I got your letter."
Got your letter.
And then he's like, "Oh, you did?" And he's like stunned. He's like, "Holy shit! Like, what's going on?"
Right.
And she's like,
So, you're leaving now?
God, yeah. It's just,
Really bad timing?
yeah. I've got this workshop, with Kurt Vonnegut in it. He's my hero, and
Wow. That's great. That's really great. Congratulations.
thanks.
Well, you should probably go then. Maybe it's better this way. Maybe I should just be single for a while or something.
Sure.
Maybe it's like you said. All this happened for a reason.
I said that, didn't I?
Well.
And he's just nodding his head. He's like, yeah.
He's not saying anything.
He's literally not saying anything. She's doing all the talking.
I'm assuming he's in shock.
And she's like, maybe I should be single for a while. And she's like, yeah, I think I'll do that. And then she's like, well, good luck, Preston. And he tells her good luck.
Good luck.
And then she's like, have a safe trip. And then so he walks away slowly, potentially evaluating his entire life and every decision he's ever made up until this point. And as he's walking, he slowly stops walking, and then he just stops walking completely, drops his bags, and runs to Amanda. And he's like, maybe I can catch a later train. And she's like, yeah. And then he pulls her in and plants one on her.
And then we see that.
And they're kissing. And then, literally one of the best songs to ever be put in a film. When I think of, a good teenage movie, I like to hone in on the song that they play in the background in the movies. Only You by Nas. I don't know, it's playing in the background. Looking at the window above, it's like a story of love. Can you hear me? Seems like only yesterday. It's getting harder to pray. Can you?
All right, thank you. Good night, everyone.
All I needed was the love you gave. All I needed for another day. And all I ever knew. Only you. Literally love that song so freaking much. It goes so good with the end of the scene. It gives me chills. It's literally so freaking good. It's insane.
Their love story, I wasn't really into it.
Me neither. But it's a great film nonetheless. Yes. Love the movie. So, let's see how their story ends. Freeze frame. They're kissing at the train station. And we get a synopsis on their love affair. 7 hours later, Preston finally boarded that train to Boston. Amanda wrote him a letter for every day that he was away. They are still together.
I actually do believe they are still together. I think she's a nerd at heart.
I think it's kind of absurd that a letter every day.
Oh, yeah, that's a lot.
What the hell?
I mean, it's like a journal, but I don't know how fast the news travels.
Right.
Maybe he gave it.
That's absurd.
Maybe she sent it on the last of the week.
You don't have time for this.
I mean, I guess they don't have text messages. This is how people used to communicate.
That's crazy.
Email.
There's landlines still exist. I don't know if they're still together.
I think they would work. I think
they broke up in 2005.
I think Preston and Amanda are still together. I think she's a nerd at heart. And I think she just so happened to come across celebrity with switching schools. Also, I hate Preston as the guy.
The lead, yeah.
His face. I also read that somewhere that he was high the whole time.
Yes, I read that too.
Which I was like, you smoke weed, dude?
I can see it.
I guess.
I can see
that. Did you read that he barely remembers any of the movie because he was so high?
I also read that too.
How high were you?
Whose job is to find the information? What do I do here if you're also doing it?
You didn't mention that. I just brought it up.
I didn't think it was really noteworthy.
Well, I just like to look up stuff. I can't have fun facts.
No.
Well, you have fun facts about the movie. I just like to have. I don't know. I just look at stuff sometimes. I can't know things.
No.
I'm done here.
End it.
We're done.
Guys.
Goodbye. Okay, everyone. Don't forget to rate, subscribe, download. Tell your friends. Tell your mom. Tell
your daddy and your mama and your sister and friends.
Okay.
I just made that up. That was good. All right, we're done here. Goodbye.
Okay. Good night. I think that was a song. But...